but I'm terrified. What could it possibly be? Let's reveal the nightmare. Oh, what a lovely holiday! Oh, how beautiful! Scotland! Gorgeous Scotland.
It's nice out here. It's great. It's lovely. Look, I got fired last week, and so I decided to come up to the Scottish Highlands, do the thing I've always dreamed of doing.
You come to visit me in my lovely abode. This is where I live, chat. It's my canonical house.
Well, I came here to follow, to get something off my bucket list, because I'm going to die in poverty in London in the next 3 days.
Yeah, that's so true, dude.
For more than half a week. So I came to do the last thing I wanted to do before I died, and it's the dream. I know everyone in chat already knows. You're all aware. It's to find Nessie. All I wanted all my life is to find Nessie, to prove that Nessie's real. And you know what? We spent the last week grubbing about around Loch Ness?
Loch?
Is it Loch? Wait, it's called the Loch Ness Monster because it's a monster that lives in Loch Ness?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, that's why it's called Nessie.
Anyway, you'd think I'd be better informed on day 4 of our search for the Loch Ness Monster for Nessie.
Yeah, it explains a lot, actually.
Yeah, anyway, we didn't find it, so we decided to recover back to the chateau. Got a lovely little hot tub rubbling and bubbling. We're just gonna relax here. I think it's time.
Yeah, just lie back, close your eyes. Don't worry about it, dude.
It's the journey.
Yeah, just have a little sleep, and I'll wake you up if anything happens. Okay.
Okay.
Right, you just relax. He's had a stressful time, chat. He needs to sleep.
It's fine. Look, it's been my dream. It's been my dream all along to see Ness.
Oh, look, he's going to sleep. He's going to sleep. He needs to sleep so bad.
Nessie. My name.
God. Oh my God, chat. Don't wake him up. He needs to sleep. But it's fucking Nessie. Oh, she's so beautiful. This is everything I've ever dreamed of. Hello. Oh, she's so gorgeous. Oh, Smug's, he's getting busy. I should probably wake him up. Smug, wake up.
Yeah, what?
It's there. Did you see it?
What's it? Donation?
You see it?
Donation?
No.
Donation. What?
No, it was Nessie. She was beautiful. She was everything I could have dreamed of and more.
Where? What do you mean it was Nessie? What do you mean?
She was right there and you were sleeping.
What? I can't see her. She's
your
not in the
eyes
water.
closed.
What? But why didn't you wake me up?
That was the best moment of my life, I think.
My whole life. Wiz.
That was incredible. I think I could. If I hadn't seen that before I died, I'd end my life.
But she'll come back. She'll come back by the end of the stream. If we stay
here
and we stay vigilant.
Apparently she only rears her head once in a lifetime.
Okay, well, you know what? How about this? Chat, can you help us? If you see Nessie behind us, can you yell, Nessie's behind you?
Nessie!
And then maybe we'll catch her a second time. What do we think, chat? Do you guys think you can do that? Thank you, chat. Appreciate it. Don't say no.
I said yippee!
No, the chat said no.
Please, wow, my number one irrational fear. Please don't. Too bad. Boom.
What the hell?
How's it going, chat?
It's a rational fear. Yeah, thank you, NBugStall, for the $5 donation before stream started, making me continuously paranoid about who you are. I'm starting to think there's like a government agency that's funding the show to try and, put the literacy rates of the UK in decline.
Yeah, we're funded. Our mysterious donor. Welcome to Scotland, dude. How are you finding Scotland so far? How's your Scotland trip going?
It's been good. It's been great. It's been lovely to be up here. Well, the highlight would have been seeing Nessie, but you fucked me and ruined everything that I've
Can't be a highlight if it didn't happen.
Mere moments. Well, I guess the highlight will be when I throttle you to death in the evening in your little room.
Only you could have done that to Thretty.
Pillow over your face.
Thretty? Nessie.
Thretty?
Like my head intruded on itself. If only you threatened me not so much. Please not threaten me as much, please.
As soon as the Highlands are in visibility, Wiz gets like 40% more Scottish. It's very bad. He's gonna become incomprehensible by the end of the stream. Yeah. Jesus. Nessie behind you, Nessie behind you. Where? What?
Yeah, no, don't tease him like that, chat.
Oh, they're bullying me. Wiz, they're bullying me.
Oh, they just don't know, dude. They just don't know.
It hurts. It hurts. People are being mean. You know, it's like I worry that like I'm gonna try and keep my eyes open as much as possible because I'm worried that like every time I close my eyes and I scrunch them real tight, like I'm just gonna end up missing Nessie. You know, like I'm worried I'm gonna. What was that? Did you?
No.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, that was my dick. Whoops. Whoops, chat. Sorry, chat. Good thing we're on Twitch tonight.
How much that? Yeah, that's the only reason we're not on Twitch is because Wiz's cock will be coming out at some point.
That would have been such a mistake.
Yeah.
Pretty woman.
Right,
why are you spamming pretty woman in chat? What is going on?
That's such a weird pretty woman.
Oh, pretty woman on the street.
Yeah,
oh, man.
That's cute. All right. So look, I'm not joking about being fired, which means that the show is going to deteriorate in quality every single stream for the next 3 weeks until I get my life back together. So. What are we looking at today, bud?
Okay, let's see what we should start with. I got a whole lot of beautiful things. I got a whole lot of beautiful topics.
I've got a big segment. I want to run a psychology study on you. But we'll do that a little bit later. I think we can warm up with some little bits and bobs because I know you had a few little cutie things you wanted to bring up. Little frog news.
I think we should start with the article that's brought us here, basically, right? Let me just get this. Let me get this bad boy up. I'm
deeply underinformed on everything that's happening right now.
Okay.
I brought one story to the table. I don't have a big ass. Actually, you know what? It's a pretty fun segment. Oh God!
What happens if someone finds Loch Ness Monster? The government issued guidelines. The government issued guidelines on what to do if you find Loch Ness Monster. And I thought this was good considering.
Sorry.
What?
Shh.
What?
Okay.
What?
The second I see this, my first thought is there is a harrowing change to child poverty incoming via policy, and they're masking it by talking about the Loch Ness Monster. That has to, right? That would be so Keir Starmer, right? Like, surely.
Well, this is probably because SNP is about to lose the election in Scotland, right?
Oh, so Labour is going to own the Loch Ness Monster now. That's
basically
huge.
Yeah.
That's
it's going to be English now. It's going to be called the Lake Ness Monster, basically.
The Lake Ness Monster, no.
Yeah. Rebranding coming. Like, you know they're renaming WH Smith.
To what?
To the new guy that bought it. He was like, I want the name changed as well. And they were like, you know, we've had multiple owners. No. We've had multiple owners, and they've all kept the name. And he was like, no, I'm changing it. And that's
awesome.
What the fuck is it? Let me get it up.
You cannot. I love this is like the HBO Max thing where like guys will just come in and they're like, yeah, I want to like rape a 30-year iconic brand for no reason except
it's going to be renamed to TJ Jones or TG Jones.
I will walk past that and not know what it is 1,000 times.
It sounds like a suitcase shop.
That's crazy.
You know?
WH Smith, by the way, is a shop that has some
pharmaceuticals. It's like a corner store. It's like a bodega. It's a bodega chain.
I think it's got books and stationery in it. That's kind of the unique vibe it has. It has more books and stationery than most shops. I think it's like, I guess like a Staples. I guess you could, it's a bit like a small Staples for Americans, something like that. Yeah, anyway. I do hope one day I will see the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But yeah, should we see what the... People have been looking for Nessie for almost 100 years. Humps have been seen moving across Loch Ness and strange sounds heard from beneath the surface, but no actual monster. A 4-day quest, the latest in a long series of efforts to unravel the mystery, has been held this week. Chat, are they going to find it? But what would happen if the Loch Ness Monster was found? Besides, of course, causing a global sensation. And then there's just a picture of the X-Files.
Yeah.
This is BBC. This is BBC.
Do you know that did you know that there's a genocide going on, guys?
Yeah, right?
There's a few, actually.
Yeah. I just couldn't believe this article when I was reading it. I was like, what the fuck is happening, dude? Oh, man.
Jesus.
I would eat it. You're not allowed to eat. You're not allowed to eat Nessie. That's not allowed. Okay. The Nessie contingency plan sounds like an episode of the hit sci-fi drama The X-Files, but it's a set of guidelines.
Is this AI generated?
No, it's BBC. They don't allow that. It's a set of guidelines written by Scotland's nature agency, Nature Scot. A spokesperson told us the Nessie contingency plan was produced back in 2001. At the time, there was a lot of Nessie hunting activity on the loch. Why was there a bump in 2001? Why would there be a bump? Was there a Godzilla movie out?
The internet started.
Was there a dinosaur movie?
Bro, 2001. No, 2001,
conspiracy
the internet,
theories.
Bro. It's the internet. Yeah. This
is
when
Nessie
the internet
technically a
started to go bit
dragon?
more
I think
mainstream.
Nessie would be a dinosaur. Ah!
Right, weird message boards. Whoa! I know.
In the name of Sputnik. Sputnik lies in death. In the name of Sputnik. Sputnik
What?
lies in death. In the name
Jesus.
of Sputnik.
Are you okay?
Sputnik lives.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
What? Jesus.
Gulp.
Okay.
The gulps.
What's he gonna do in the name of Sputnik? I'm scared. He was waving that gun around. What's he gonna do?
Gulps menacingly.
That's terrifying. Yeah.
Pretty neat. All bug
you're
lizards
gulping
would be
menace.
dragons. What are... So Loch is lake in Gaelic, Oscar. I spit on you. It's Gaelic. Weird. I hope
You want my
Sputnik's
actual
alright.
Nessie theory?
Okay, go on.
I reckon there was something, but it's gone now. I reckon like
You reckon
1920s,
there was something kicking about?
1930s.
They saw
I
something?
reckon there was
Alright,
something
I
in the
wouldn't be surprised if there was a
1920s,
fucking
1930s.
whale or something, you know?
Yeah. Some like crazy shit happened, and like one massive like sea creature ended up stuck in this thing, and there was like a small, maybe there was literally like one very like poor, you know, kind of like sort of family of massive sea creatures. But
What,
they
like
must
sea
have died out.
cows?
I reckon they died out.
And they
in the-
come in lumps.
I
and
reckon
they
they
swim. There's also a theory that it's like
Something
dolphins.
like that,
You know
yeah.
how like dolphins jump as they swim?
They
That's
do
what the
shit.
bumps
Yeah,
were.
and I guess from far away at night you could maybe see the hump. Yeah, I think it was something massive and weird and strange, but I think that
Yeah.
I think it died in like the 1930s,
You know,
40s.
it's so deep, it's still not been explored fully, Loch Ness.
That's crazy.
Like, they have no idea.
What if
That's
there's
where
like
it came
a-
from. But the whole argument is like, the pressure would be so unfathomable that nothing could live.
Yeah, but we've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of crazy shit live at hype. I guess not massive things.
Yeah, dolphins in Loch Ness would be rare, but it wouldn't be unheard of. Because someone could just, like, dump a dolphin in there, you know?
What if there's like an underground cave network that gets to how close?
Well,
is
no,
Loch
there
Ness
is.
to the-
There
to the
literally
sea?
is. There is.
Oh,
That's why
okay.
it's a big part of the theory. Is like there's a big old scary
Right.
underneath tunnels, and they try to do sonar and all the rest. You know?
So what if there's like a prehistoric lake like deep under the earth?
Well,
that
like
these
Journey to
things
the
live
Center of
in?
the Earth. At the bottom.
Yeah. That'd be sick, dude.
There's
That'd be
what is it,
sick.
under biodome or whatever the fuck they called it in that.
We're so bad. We're so bad at exploring the Earth's crust. We actually have so little idea of what's
Yeah.
going on deep underground. So honestly, like we've literally done like what 1/8.
Well,
It's like a
I
fucking
think we know
apple
the
skin.
surface of the moon better than we do our own oceans.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking crazy to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Crazy.
Because what the fuck's kicking out down there? Because I've seen there's like types of like little crabs that live on like thermal vents. You know? They're like
Yeah.
1,000,000 degrees.
Yeah, they're cool.
You know, what horrible fucking beastie? What horrible fucking beastie is down the bottom there, you know? That's all I'll say.
I think one thing that's important to note though is that like I don't think there's anything. There are things that can exist at extreme pressures, but there's nothing that can exist at both extreme pressures and the surface. So that's kind of the limiting factor, is if it's been seen at the surface.
Yes, yeah, because it would explode, it would expand, it would be
Yeah.
like swollen and bloated, you know?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay,
How
this,
deep can whales go? They can go pretty deep.
but they still have to surface and stuff, you know? You'd see
I
them.
couldn't live on a hydro vent. Oh yeah, go through a London winter
You're
and you'll
missing
change your
out.
mind.
You're missing out, dude. I'm sitting on a hydro
We're in a
vent
hydro
right
vent
now.
right now.
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Okay. We were regularly being asked by the media and others what we should do if or when she or he was found. Very open, very woke for 2001. The code of practice,
Not
which was
non-binary?
partly serious and partly a bit of fun, was drawn up to offer
Oh my
protection
God.
not just to the elusive monster, but to any new species found in the loch. The plan stipulates that DNA samples should be taken from any new creature and it should be released back into the loch. You can't take Nessie out.
Wow. You gotta get some blood. We gotta get Nessie's blood.
Yeah, like a vampire. You gotta like suck. You gotta suck on Nessie's big long neck, dude. That would be
You gotta
like
like suck a little bit of DNA out, take a bite and run. Yeah. I've got it. It's in my mouth.
Yeah.
Taste it.
Awesome. This is the best neck I've ever tried. What else? Okay. The animal would also be
Look.
What?
Sorry, go ahead.
What am I looking at?
Just caught. In 1938, a senior police officer warned the Scottish office of a planned hunting expedition determined to catch the monster dead or alive. I love the fact that they were like, in the 30s and 40s, everything, all ecology, everything was just like, we've discovered a new thing. We gotta kill it and bring it back to the Queen.
We must see how it dies.
Yes, I only want to interface with something that's a corpse.
Yes. If it bleeds, it can live. If it sinks, it was a witch.
Thing's alive.
If it floats, this is witch hunting random animals.
Oh yeah. yeah, Nessie's a witch. That's good. Yeah. It's reminding me too much of my son that I abandoned at home 7 months ago. Shoot him between the eyes. It's making me
Why
feel
are you
bad.
looking for Nessie? Because she's an unsighted creature? No, because she's a witch. Oh dear.
God.
Yeah, so Nessie has the same protections as other native wildlife, such as wildcats and golden eagles. That's awesome, you know? It means it's illegal to kill, injure, or capture Nessie. What?
Wow.
That's fucking crazy. The party claims they were having a special harpoon gun made and were headed to the loch with 20 experienced men. They must have had some good fucking hunting
killing
Nessies.
Nessie?
Yeah.
the only experience you could have is killing Nessie, and no one's done it. So what do you mean?
That's so
found 20
insane.
dudes who have
They were having a special harpoon gun made.
We found 20 Scotsmen who all claim they've killed a Nessie, so we gathered them all together.
You ever seen Nessie anywhere else? Didn't think so. That's because I got her. That's because I already got her. But what is a special harpoon gun made for killing Nessies? What does that look like?
I bet it's got like a bomb on it, you know, like Jaws.
This is what explosive?
Like
no, this was 1938.
They had bombs, bro. What do you mean? The World War II. What are you talking about? Of course they had bombs.
Jesus. The legend of the monster dates back to the Middle Ages, when Irish monk St. Columbia is said to have encountered the creature in the Ness, a river that flows from Loch Ness. What the fuck? I didn't know that. And a saint met Nessie? That's bullshit. That can't be real. Is that real Bible
awesome,
lore?
Dude. Well, I mean, it would have to be endorsed by like the Catholic Church, right? So
yeah,
like have they officially? Is that real? They've canonized that? That can't be canonical. That can't be canonical. That's bullshit.
Okay. Let's see. Columba. Let's go. Control F. Nessie. Ness.
Oh.
Nessie. Monster. Okay, there's many stories of miracles which are performed during his work to convert the Picts.
Oh my God,
being his encounter with an unidentified animal that some have equated to Loch Ness Monster in 565. It's said that he banished a ferocious water beast to the depths of the River Ness. It had killed a Pict and tried to attack Polybius' disciple. Whoa. That's fucking insane.
This has to be real, dude. This has to be real. There has to be something there,
so specifically like 565? The year 565?
I refuse to believe. I refuse to believe that there wasn't something in there. I think it died like 70 years ago, but for no reason other than vibes.
It must be a fucking whale. But what? Maybe an orca?
World War II made it sad. Yeah, but what would... An orca would never show up in fucking... That makes no sense.
What if it's a river leading into the loch that they're talking about? Yeah, it could got stranded or something, you know?
Maybe he killed a guy that was refusing to be converted, and then he
he just called it. He was a water beast.
Yeah. It was a demon. It was a demon.
Beast. And also, look, one of your townsfolk's missing. It ate the townsfolk. Man. In April 1933, hotel manageress Aldi McKay.
That was Shamu's first kill. Nice.
Told of seeing a whale-like creature and the lochs cascading and churning. Oh. The Inverness Courier newspaper reported the sighting to the editor, and at the time, Evan Barron suggested the beast be described as a monster.
Wow.
It's received 1,161 sightings since 1996.
Bloody hell.
That's pretty fucking mental, no?
But so many of them, I mean, I would say 80% of them are fake.
What?
At least, right? Well, because when you like, you're never gonna like, you know, I think the problem is that people think that they've seen Nessie and there's just not enough. It's always a glimpse. You know, they're always like in a situation where they're drunk, they're not paying attention. Yeah, like I don't think. I'm still not convinced that Nessie's real. You know.
Yeah, no, you'd have to see better evidence than that. You know, for sure.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Catch it on camera or something.
There was 3 last year. 3 people saw it last year. This year's sighting described 2 humps moving across the loch. Over the years, the reports have included objects moving fast across the loch, like a boat.
They could be lots.
And a creature with crocodile-like skin. You know?
100% of them are fake. All right, veterinarian. No one cares about your.
Yeah,
fucking
Salty Squid is just jealous because there's another monster on the loose.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's trying to maintain a monopoly on sea monsterhood.
Who's looking for Nessie, huh? This is the big question on everyone's mind.
Monstopoly.
You know? There's a long list of people in attempts to find Nessie or disprove the existence of the monster. Yeah, drunk people on the banks going, what the fuck is that? Pointing at a boat. What the fuck is that? Who's that fucking on the water? You know? They're just pointing at another drunk person swimming or falling, you know?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that over there?
I saw 2 humps and Dan disappeared last night.
Yeah, I heard 2 humps.
I reckon Nessie got
and she
him.
was gone from the bed. Have you played the Twilight clip yet or not? What are you talking about? What Twilight clip?
What in the fuck are you talking about, dude? What is wrong with you?
That Twilight clip. There is no Twilight in Nessie. Okay, so in the late 1980s, Operation Deep Scan saw more than 20 boats make a sonar sweep of the swamp.
And they found nothing.
Yeah, well, and there's Stevie Feltham, who dedicated his life to solving the mystery Loch Ness Monster. He gave up his job and sold his home in Dorset. This is you. Why are you mentioned here?
Yeah, I did that.
I moved to the Shore
I did the
Loch in
exact same shit.
1991.
I deserve credit.
In 2019, a team of scientists who visited the loch said giant eels could be behind the sightings.
Yo!
What the
okay,
fuck?
I'm into that. I'm into giant eels. That would be satisfactory.
There are any pictures of
Giant
this shit?
eels would be...
Giant eels is more than okay.
There's prehistoric eels that are massive. It needs to be bigger than any other eel we've seen, though.
Okay. That's an elephant's trunk.
What's the biggest... Wiz, can you look up the biggest eel in the world? Try not to get a cock picture.
Biggest... eel.
My huge eel. Yeah, 3 meters. I'm not going to be happy unless that eel is 10 meters long.
Ew. That's not real.
Eel.
That's not real.
No,
that's not eel.
No, eels can be huge. That's not real.
That's not eel. Yeah. I don't know. I think it'd have to be a lot bigger than that.
The biggest is a 60-kilogram conger eel found in nets off the coast of Iceland.
That's like the weight of a small child.
The giant moray eel, which is prehistoric and also still around. The giant moray eel is 4 meters long.
Moray.
It's a predator as well. Ooh, 4 meters.
A huge fucking sea serpent. I'd be happy with that. I'd be super happy with that.
That's twice as long as you. If that's twice as thick as you, I'll accept it as the sea monster. I'll be happy with that. That'll be satisfying. I reckon a person could die to that. I reckon that's
as recent as 2019. People are seeing fucking huge big eels. You know?
I mean, London, the Thames was filled with eels. It was like literally one of the things the city was built around was farming eels.
Yeah, but you can eat eels. You could eat eels, yeah.
Yeah, eel pie.
The research. Okay. The researchers from New Zealand catalogue all living species in the loch from DNA extracted from water samples. The following analysis, they ruled out presence of large animals said to be behind the reports of monster, including a prehistoric plesiosaur or wandering Greenland shark. Okay, so they're saying there's nothing big in the water. They're saying nothing big in the water.
There is nothing in the water.
There's nothing in the water.
There's nothing in the water. There's nothing in the water. There's nothing. Yeah.
Weird. Camera set up to catch Loch Ness monster. What is that? What? Why is there so much on this? This is incredible.
I will say, like, I had an argument with Epic Fail the other day about this. Trapping is the way to like do anything with animals, right? Leave a thing in the water that's working 24/7 rather than like going out and fucking hunting it and trying to catch it at the right time. Like you should just like fucking dump cameras into the lake. That makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
Motion detected as well, so they don't run out of film. Really, they just.
Yeah.
You know,
well, the problem is they didn't find anything on these, so they didn't work. So
yeah,
we have to capture it.
Doesn't always work. I know it doesn't always work, but trapping is way more.
Loch Ness is falling water levels. Why
cool.
is there just a bunch of llamas?
Is you fucking alpacas, aren't they?
Oh, maybe alpacas.
The wool.
I don't know the difference.
You guys farm alpacas for wool, yeah.
Probably. So the water levels are dropping, and there's been a rise in sightings. Woohoo! Okay.
Really?
2 years ago, a search billed the biggest Nessie hunt in more than 50 years saw volunteers help record natural and unusual sights from the vantage points of the land. During the quest, observers on a boat using acoustic equipment recorded 4 unidentified gloops. I hope we can hear them. But then realized their recording device wasn't plugged in.
Oh, fuck off! See, this is the thing, isn't it? Oh my god, dude,
anything?
Seriously? How can you be that incompetent?
Oh,
what do you mean?
so they heard the noises, but they didn't record it. I thought they just like made up the noises in their heads.
Oh, I see. No,
so
I swear,
heard
dude,
the
I swear.
noises and were like, fuck, I didn't press record.
I forgot to, yeah, I didn't press record. That's such bullshit. They were drunk. That was them getting hyped. That was hype. They hyped each other up. That's what happened.
Yeah. The event, which involves searches from the loch to the shore. Yeah. Bloop.
I heard the gloop. I heard the gloop.
Yeah, it makes a gloop noise when people donate.
Yeah. It's true, actually, yeah. Wait.
What?
Can you... I don't know, okay. I know I heard something gloop in the background,
so
but my vision is obscured.
Whoa! This is the event! Look!
Yo, it's animated! Woo! That's cute.
Real home of the Loch Ness story. Gee, whoa! Join the quest for the Loch Ness monster?
The quest!
4 captivating days of exploration from Whoa! Deep scan cruises?
Deep scan cruises. That's fun.
Stories of the Loch. Where's the monster?
Oh, there's a fucking play. Look at that.
That's awesome.
That's funny. It's good for a kid. Good to take a 12-year-old.
That's good for me.
Boy.
I'd go to this. Look at this. They got skeletons.
What did I just say? Wiz, what did I just say?
Look,
what did I just say,
this is
Wiz?
Awesome.
What did I just say, Wiz? What did I just say? I said good for to bring a 12-year-old autistic boy.
Oh.
And you were immediately like, I'd love to go.
That's so rude.
Oh god. Well,
That's
I'm
so
sorry,
rude.
but you know, I read it like I see it.
Would fighting something be good news? And it's a picture of a lobster. Or crayfish even. What is it? A lobster or crayfish?
Probably find a shopping trolley.
Crayfish. Why would there be a shopping trolley in Loch Ness?
Oh, Sainsbury's nearby.
Fucking,
Probably
you're such a city boy.
There's probably a Sainsbury's at Loch Ness.
For those contingency planners and nature Scots, the worry is something unpleasant might be uncovered in Loch Ness. Sadly, when we find a new species in the loch, it's often an invasive species which has been introduced that is expensive and challenging to deal with, said the spokesperson. We ask people to take care not to spread these non-native animals. Stop dumping fucking cats in Loch Ness, okay? While the evidence of the existence of Loch Ness monster is questionable, the threat posed by climate change and biodiversity loss to all plants and animals is all too real.
Oh, what a terrible, tragic shame.
Yeah. Care home residents in Thurso go quackers over ducklings. Wait a second. Oh. Fuck off. Yeah. So they heard these fucking sounds. I can't believe they didn't fucking record the sounds. Is there a verbal description of the sounds? Heard 4 distinctive gloops. Okay. Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. The camera didn't fucking find anything either. Look at this fucking thing. A member of the Loch Ness Investigation Bureau. What? I'll look at it. What is it? What the fuck is the Loch Ness Investigation Bureau?
Wiz.
Yeah? What?
Cautiously click on that.
Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. What am I supposed to see here?
Just pull it up. Pull up the map.
What? You saying it's a spar next to Loch Ness?
Yeah, there is a fucking supermarket on Loch Ness. Fuck you, asshole.
He just sent me a link to a spar next to this. This is a this won't have shopping trolleys.
Yeah, it will. It will. It will.
It's a petrol station, you nitwit.
Yeah, well, okay, fine. I mean, there'll be a shopping trolley. There'll be like a pallet trolley. Fine.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
There's a Sainsbury's around there somewhere. There'll be a Tesco's or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, maybe.
Whatever.
I don't know. I think if someone put a fucking
Spar, it has to come out for food at some time.
Yeah, yeah. I bet you Nessie shops at a Spar. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Oh man, yeah, no, that's funny. Yeah. God, you guys make me laugh too hard.
Yeah, that was the first little story. Did you like it?
It was good. It was good. It was good. It was good. I've only got end of the world stories, terrible, depressing stories. So.
Well, should we take turns?
It's really. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Fine. I think we're gonna have to do the slop story. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Okay. So I titled this segment the "I'm gonna kill myself" segment, which is basically get your Twitter set up because I've got a shitload of Twitter links to send you. I'm sorry.
Twitter, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna start with this.
Okay. What
which is the most upsetting. Just pull it up and we'll start talking about it.
Okay, let me get this sorted.
We are in hell, dude. I'm sorry. We are in hell world. Okay.
Oh, is it a video?
So Google has basically just put out
Are there actually...
new, I don't know if this. Whoa. So Google has just put out a new video creation model. Basically, the idea is they've now combined sound and video, and essentially with just some prompting, you can essentially make whatever video you want. It's included with audio. And it is obviously taking Twitter by storm because that's where all the bugmen live, and they all want to destroy art in all of its forms. The first major use case of this new system of horrifying, depressing Shadow Realm Nightmare Slop content is in creating fake women who don't exist in order to churn out rage bait in higher quantities than have previously been able to
create the scapegoats.
Yes. So this
AI
is the first one I
scapegoats.
saw. This is
okay.
Yep. AI.
So this is fully
rage bait.
AI made. Okay.
This woman does not and has not ever existed.
Are there actually men in the world that don't think that tattoos are attractive? Like, I'm asking, like, seriously. I got all these tattoos because I thought that it was going to make me hotter. Are there actually men in the world that don't think that
so
tattoos...
weird.
Right?
That's
now,
so
zoom in.
strange.
Can you zoom in? Can you full screen it so that we can look at her eyes? Because I like this is now going to be an important thing. Like being able to detect the AI-ness of these videos is kind of fundamental.
Well, I
to
noticed in her voice at the end
society.
she went into like AI voice. You know.
The inflections are a bit weird, but look at the physics on her touching the string on her shirt. It's crazy. Look at this.
Is the body real or is it just the face that's been masked over?
Everything is real, dude. Every pixel of this. Look at that. Look, she touches the strings. It's crazy. There's
No, I
physics
mean
on this
like,
now.
did they take a video of a girl talking to a mirror and remask her face in audio?
Brother, I have to be clear. This is fully generated from scratch.
Jesus.
Yes, I'll show you some others. Now, they obviously made a bunch of them in order to try and like, I think, you know, get shit. But you can see her eyes are kind of fucked up and weird.
Yeah.
If we look at some of the other ones, let me send you the kind of the mega threads where people are actually they're now generating those nightlife videos. Again, generally the point of nightlife videos is to get viral Hawk Tour moments or to create rage bait of women saying, "Yeah, I'd fuck 100 chads in a row or whatever for $500." Like these are rage bait content channels.
Shit,
they are
street
literally
interviews
making
that
these
never
up.
happened. Should we go?
Yep,
Should we
time.
dive?
Let's start rolling through these. Yeah, let's go
What's
deep.
one move
We're
with
going
AI
deep.
that makes haters go crazy every time?
Oh, y'all gotta give them that. This is wild. It's over. We are cooked on that thread. You get me?
What's one move with AI that makes haters go crazy every time?
Oh, y'all gotta.
Weird, right? It is still uncanny. Like, there's definitely something wrong with every single one of these, right? Oh god, yeah.
Telling
They're
a
doing
joke that
stand-up
never
as well.
happened.
So I went to the zoo the other day, and all they had was one dog. It was a Shih Tzu.
Yeah.
So I went to the zoo the other day.
Right?
That feels so bad.
Crazy. This is really rough. So again, can we zoom in? I think the eyeballs are basically the closest thing you can get to like reliably detecting it. I've been scrutinizing these fucking
And
things.
all they had was one dog.
See what I
God,
mean?
the
It's
eyes
like
on
because
this
it's
one are pretty good.
unhuman eye contact. Is that what you're saying?
It kind of. So this one's
It
actually
doesn't know what to
really
focus
reliable.
on. Yeah, I know. This is scary.
I guess. Yeah, so what you can find sometimes is that the physics don't necessarily feel human all the time. Like sometimes it gets it, and sometimes the physics aren't the way anyone will move. Oh wait, hold on.
What?
Wait, sorry. The microphone. Wait. Is there something going on there? No, it's on the stand. Jesus, this is. Oh my god.
It's just
This
so
is so
weird.
fucked. There is, right? This was generated. So it cost about $80 to make this. Like
Yeah.
this is how much it's priced in at. So basically, anyone with like a little bit of money can basically start producing rage bait content and then making a profit on it.
$80 is not
by getting
expensive.
No, exactly. It like basically, yeah. Oh god, here we go. Yeah.
Was
So
this a
this is a
movie?
Google product, by the way. Oh, here we go. Yeah, full screen this. Let's take a look.
When we get in there,
Again,
I
every.
want no bullshit. You stay on my six at all times.
Jesus.
There's some weirdness though. Wait. Can we
Yeah.
pull back? Sorry,
No,
we have
let's
to
finish it.
synchronize
No,
That
finish it
camera's
first.
on. Okay, fine. Sorry.
Stay
Yeah, look,
sharp.
our faces are a bit
Fuckers,
blurry,
nasty
but-
and dangerous. Stay alert.
He was cuddling his friend in a weird way. That was strange.
What the hell happened here? Where are the bodies?
That's very
Most interesting. Yeah. What? There's the middle shipping. They're just. What? But yeah, the helmet's just weird.
It's because it's gone too far out of its scope, right?
Oh
It's
god,
gone
what
way
is?
too far out of scope.
One thing I find interesting is that you
At least
can
better than
tell
normal AI
how,
videos.
Yes, but you can tell how evil. that shot was great. They're all shooting
Yeah?
each other from point blank. You can tell. It has zero rhythm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start. Find. I want to scrub through some of this one because this one's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, I think it's interesting that you can see what the bugmen are interested by because everything that they create shows you so much of their libidinal impulse that like you unfortunately understand them as humans a little bit better, which is
Yeah, they just made a
unfortunate.
retro episode.
But yeah, true. Oh, so hold on. This camera swing that immediately red flagged me. Can we look
yeah,
at that?
because
I don't
all
understand
the
why it
people
red
move
flagged me.
with the camera swing. See the head bubble?
I think
back and
it's
forth?
wait. So scroll back around. No, scroll back around. I want to see the camera shift between because I think there's something about the 360 move. I think,
Really?
okay, wait. What direction is the car moving in here? The window.
Fuck knows.
Well, hold on. Press play. Oh
No,
yeah,
look
we
how
go
big
from
the
not
car
moving
is.
to moving.
Look how big the car
Yeah,
is.
it's huge. I told you this was, but we
So
also
it's
went from completely
2
static.
people in this car.
But look,
Plus
there's no acceleration. There's no
1,
acceleration.
2,
We're just
3,
moving
4
now.
There's 6
Yeah,
people in a row.
It's a bus.
in this
It's a
car.
bus. It's a bus. Okay, so that was the first thing. I was like, whoa, like the physics
Yeah.
gets broken. Oh, it's crazy.
This is so strange.
Industrial machinery levels of power being wasted on the most inane nonsense. Yeah, this is horrific. A reminder, guys. Look, okay, so it is true that the soys who say, "Oh, you're getting rid of a bottle of water every time you use it," they're retarded. But what is real, the real danger, and what they're
Israel?
kind of alluding to, yes. What they're kind of alluding to is that we do not have the power capacity to provide power to the superclusters that are being built without doing massive amounts of new natural gas drilling, which is what all
Yeah.
of the AI companies are encouraging. So we're not going renewable energy, not happening. Those targets are not happening. Solar panels take too long to spin up. They're too expensive to get up and running in time to run the superclusters. Natural
Yep.
gas drilling is the only solution. So we are going to burn the world to produce this slop.
Man, it's
All right.
so strange.
Anyway,
His
can
vest
we,
says...
can we go to the three? Oh, it says SAT as well, right? It doesn't say SWAT. It's like Can we look at the guys shooting each other again? That a couple of
What was
seconds
that?
was so
Was that like
strange. That was like, so hold on. There's like a
Bang,
point
bang,
where 3 of
bang.
them are all firing into each other. So
There's
it's
all
not
these
this.
guys.
It's a little bit after this. Here we go. There's one scene here
Yeah,
that's
I
very
think it's like
funny.
here. It's coming
Yeah,
up.
right.
Yeah.
What? There's just
All the
what?
guns are melting.
Right? They're all shooting each other. Like there's like they're all the SWAT guys now. They're all just firing into each other in the center. Like, they're like trying to shoot ghosts. Yeah. So obviously when they
strange.
go for like the more complex stuff, it kind of gets it's a little more hardcore. Let's take a look at some more slop generated content.
Yeah.
I think it's genuinely important that we learn how to identify this shit. No fucking way.
Fortnite gameplay is mental.
No way, bro. Of course, because it's been trained on YouTube. This is a Google product.
Victory Royale with a
Oh, it's like
pickaxe!
perfect.
No, look at this. The timer at the top is all fucked
Well, no,
up.
no,
though.
no. But I mean, like, as a
yeah.
concept, it understands the concept of Fortnite. Because the weapon blend, look at the
does, yeah.
swipe. It weirdly swipes.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Woo! Victory Royale with a pickaxe!
That's so strange.
That's insane. Yeah, but also,
Unbelievably weird.
yeah, look, nothing happens, right? He doesn't actually hit anything with the pickaxe before the victory
Yeah.
royale happens. Isn't that interesting?
Look at the seconds.
God, it's so.
Look how long the seconds are.
Yeah, it's very weird. God, this is crazy. So, okay, here's the horrifying thing. The fact that this Fortnite stuff is here means only one thing. Google has successfully used the entirety of YouTube to train an AI model that can now
Yes, yeah.
reproduce, you know, creative works without, of course, plagiarizing everything that's ever been uploaded to YouTube.
No one
So,
ever needs to
yeah,
make a
this
YouTube
is-
video
this is-
again. It'd be so easy to make
That's their
a
dream.
Pondscum.
That's their dream,
AI.
yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Imagine.
You'd be out of
Imagine.
job,
That'd be
dude.
incredible. I wonder. Well, to be fair, the chat doesn't know that this was all AI generated already. This is us. We're reacting to AI generation right now. We are the AI generated.
Whoa.
Yeah, so weird. There's like, I could stare at this all day because I feel like you can learn a lot by the things it gets wrong, right? Like, it half understands so much in such an alien way. Like, player disappears but doesn't die. The pickaxe does generate a hit, but the hit is 50 meters away from the swing.
Yeah.
A victory royale happens, but it's like the timer's all like so interesting. Yeah.
Wait, it's somehow manages to understand the non-Euclidean building style of Fortnite, though. I think
Yeah,
that's
you're right,
fascinating.
yeah.
It doesn't try to force it
very
into a
accurate.
shape.
Yeah, it's treating it with its own special version of physics that it wouldn't
Yeah.
accept in most other. Yeah, fucking hell, man.
Terrifying.
That's crazy. And the fact
The way
that it
the
knows
map
what Fortnite
moves
is,
with the player as well.
Yeah, it's better. It's better than that AI generated Minecraft we played that one time.
Yeah.
But that
I
was
don't think we
scary as
ever
well.
played
That
that.
honestly. Oh no, we played it on stream.
I literally don't think we did. I think we talked about it.
I'm pretty sure we played a little bit of it. But okay,
I don't think that's true.
fine. Gaslight me. Gaslight me if you want. Still, all it makes is crappy clips. Deferring to the shittiness of the slop doesn't make it less dangerous.
This is
And it's
this
getting
is
better.
step one. This is the early days.
This is step 3, right? Early days
That's
was
Pro
fucked
Tool,
up
yeah,
fingers
but
and hands
still
and stuff.
Pro.
But yeah. God, look at this.
We can talk.
No more silence.
Yes, we can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
We can
Oh,
talk with accents.
I hate the internal
I think that would be
sycophancy of
marvellous.
AI
Yes,
bros.
it
They're
is
like
very
they love
fun.
making the
Yes,
AI
it is very
proud to
fun.
be AI. It's so cringe.
Yes.
We can
They're so uncreative, just declaring a
We can
technical.
Well, look, this is like a corporate advert. This looks like a Super Bowl advert.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh God.
Jesus.
Trans Jerry. Okay. Or trans Tom. No.
Why are they doing this weird? Jesus.
The faces are a bit fucked up.
Yeah. I wonder who the people the faces are based off of are.
Well, there's like the biggest YouTubers do get just kind of replicated. Like.
Well, no. I
some people-
bet you they've hired people specifically for face scans for AI.
No, I don't think so.
They
I
will
think,
have,
I
just for
think this
raw
is
data. Just for raw data. I wouldn't be surprised if like Google
understand-
scanned 1 million faces. You know.
I get why you're saying that, but the technology exists now where you can get that data from looking at a video of a person's face without
Jesus.
needing to.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's terrifying. You can kind of produce like you can produce 3D models. You've played with this, right? You've turned a 2D object into a 3D model before. Like there's way more sophisticated versions of that. That's not how video diffusion mods. Yeah, exactly. Angry Youths would know. Whoa.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck
Ew.
if a woodchuck
Why is this high school girl trying to fuck a robot?
How much
so
wood
weird.
would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could
God.
chuck wood?
How
This is
much
anti-human.
wood would a
Yes, this is
This is
horrible.
evil.
This is
is
deeply
evil.
evil.
could chuck
If you've ever
wood.
done this once, except for research
much
purposes,
wood
you
would
are
a
actually an evil
woodchuck chuck if a
person. If you
woodchuck
have done
could
this
chuck
thinking you
wood?
would be making something beautiful, you're evil and should die.
How
I'm
much
sorry.
wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck
Why are they showing a
could
boy
chuck
being
wood?
molested?
Oh God!
How much
Oh, fuck, he moaned!
would a woodchuck chuck?
Jesus, that's
Oh
How
man.
much wood would a woodchuck?
So yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gone back. So like I just you have to be fucking aware now that like rage bait can basically be like essentially anyone can be, and of course the natural
Interesting
conclusion
sitcom.
is the class. Oh no, are they doing sitcoms?
So this is an AI video about nothing?
It's about nothing. Who would watch a video about nothing?
So this is an AI video.
Any AI
Gee.
bug man apparently.
Jesus.
Oh God. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, this is where they're just so unimaginative.
car show. Let's see some opinions.
I mean, man, the acceleration is crazy. You look far, step on the pedal, and you are there.
I feel safe with him in an SUV, and
Whoa,
it
look
seems
at
to be like the right
This
type
is
of car
crazy.
I think the range is only going to get better.
Jesus.
We don't want to drive gas cars anymore.
Yeah, no more gas cars.
Ah!
Yeah.
You can see, I'm
I like that AI knows that type of guy is weird
don't
around
tell
women.
anyone. I've just bought an electric car.
Why are you in
I think it's
this?
really great for families and for little babies with all the safety features that these SUVs
Yeah,
have.
they still look like action
But what you're
figures.
really
They're all too
seeing-
Wait,
beautiful.
go back, go back to the baby one. Wait. That baby is mixed race because the presenter is black and the man is white.
Yes.
1,000%.
Despite
That's
there's
crazy.
no implication that the presenter and the man are married. Or...
Yes. This is an interesting thing I've seen in some of the dating. I found a whole series of nightlife ones built like this, and there's these weird things where like the AI
creates
will kind of
relationships?
like, yeah, it like relates things together in ways that seem sensible to it but are wrong. It's so interesting. Like, yeah, so 1,000% thinks that they're. Also weird that the blue car and he's got a blue shirt and I know why that is.
Yeah.
Blue car, white shirt, white car. It's because conference videos, everyone is wearing their branded logo in front of their branded signs. So they associate the
the
background
corporate
with
uniforms.
Fuck, man.
They'd never have a kid
God,
here in that
it's
scenario.
so- Yeah, you wouldn't bring your child to the car. This is.
You wouldn't bring it to your corporate
Sorry.
car show
Sorry,
job?
occasionally. Last night, I was, as I've said, my brain is fucked. Last night, I accidentally saw some like analog horror slop, and for the first time, it made me feel unhappy and like feel sick and weird.
Which one was it? What was it? I might have watched it.
It was like a short. It was like a 60-second thing of like. Reality stopped existing on 2020 was September 9th or what, some silly thing like that, right? It was like a SCP horror analog thing. It was like 1 minute long. It was like I woke up at like 5 a.m. I couldn't sleep. I was trying to look for stuff for the show. I saw that, and I started watching it, and it genuinely made me really upset and scared and like a bit derealized. And that's never happened to me before.
Well,
I think
because
it's
you
I've been
believe the horror, the story.
Yeah, I guess it was well put together, but like
you could buy
more
in.
importantly, I think it was after 3 days of looking at this shit, and like it is truly making me like scared and upset and like angry and like I'm getting like derealized. I feel like I am genuinely losing an attachment to reality through this. Like, or rather,
well, I'm fully convinced all of America's AI generated because I've never seen a place that looks like this.
That's awesome. Yeah.
You know?
America was destroyed in a nuclear holocaust 20 years ago, and everything we've seen coming out of America ever since was AI generated, keeping up appearances. You know, every ship that goes to America with goods just gets like thrown in a big hole, and then everyone gets shot.
It explains why there's like 10 actors in America. You know.
It's true. Yeah.
They can all be from. They can all
It's
just be
a
from
server.
London, just doing accents.
It's just a bunker.
Yeah.
But I think I'm starting to feel derealized from reality, and what I'm realizing is
because you're a cartoon.
It's not me becoming disconnected from reality. Reality is genuinely moving further and further away from me. Yeah, reality is distancing itself from what I am.
We're just moving into an age
of
magic and mystery.
I like that. Helps a bit. Thank you.
Magic's just becoming real again. Because we will never understand. Look at what we're looking at. We're never going to understand this. We have to understand it through the terms of magic.
There's like 4 people in chat who fully understand how this works. But okay, go off. Yeah, you'll never understand it. That's for sure.
What? What do you mean? I'm a wizard. This is my whole thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to. I feel like I'm reaching the point where I might actually go insane unless I build another layer of like delusional, irrational.
It's too far a concept for us ever to understand it in any way other than magic. My
schizophrenia is genuinely becoming worse day by day. Like
it comes like on nose. This is like that scene in Star Trek where Picard brings the little person on board and goes, "Do you think it's magic? When you people had bows and arrows and you invented a gun, if you showed that gun to the bows and arrows people, they'd probably think you magic. That's what you think of us." Except it's the other way around. It is magic.
That's Carl Sagan, I think, right? Was it Clark? I don't know. It's one of the sci-fi writers. Something.
No, it was Jean-Luc Picard, Star Trek Enterprise.
Yeah, but he was quoting Carl Sagan. Oh, you idiot. Whatever. Anyway, maybe it was Arthur C. Clarke or something. It was Arthur C. Clarke. See, I'm well read.
He was in Star Trek.
Arthur C. Clarke is my favorite author.
What did he write? Did Android Dream Electric Sheep?
He was prolific as fuck. No, that was.
What did he write? The Sirens of Titan?
City in the Stars. He wrote Rendezvous with Rama. He wrote 2001.
What did he write? The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
How dare you besmirch Douglas Adams, you fucking freak.
What did he write? iRobot?
No, that was Asimov. Isaac, no.
I just named several different sci-fi writers' books.
He wrote. Yeah, shut up. He wrote My Dinner with Andre. Yes, correct. Thank you. The sci-fi thriller My Dinner with Andre, where you're the whole time trying to figure out which one of them is AI generated.
The answer is both.
Alright, next, let's go. Let's keep churning through the slot bucket.
Jesus. God.
Make me feel bad. Oh, God. Bro. This is I don't watch this kind of thing, so I cannot tell. This one. Okay, this.
His arms are a bit fucked.
Oh, the drummer.
Yeah.
The drummer. His sticks went through the cymbal a couple times, right? There's like a
no
flat
Asian parent would allow their son to become a drummer.
True. God, closed eyes works very well. Actually, that seems the secret to get away with it. Closed eyes.
Yeah, she's kind of closing her eyes as well. This one's believable. Next one is not.
Oh, she's Asian, so. That's free. They look less human.
This one doesn't make any sense to me. She's like a 50-year-old woman and like a 20-year-old guitar. No, look. What band consists of 50-year-old soul singer, Asian drummer, and electric guitar?
Bro, this is Portland. This is just Portland.
Oh dear.
Bro, I'll calm down.
Ba.
You know, you can complain about this, but the Twitter account giving you all of this content is Min Choi, so the Asians are not helping themselves by adopting the Bugman. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's so freaky.
Liu is the only cool Asian, and she would agree with me.
This is terrifying.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to see the nightlife ones? Those are the ones that really scare me.
The sum of the squares of the two shorter sides is equal to the square of the longest side.
It looks terrible.
Oh, okay, hang on. This is a good one.
It's because, do you know why? Do you know why this looks terrible? Less data points.
Oh, you're probably right. It looks like Civilization, actually, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. All the footage of this will be from Civ gameplay.
Yeah. Yeah, run this one.
Or
okay,
like, what's that other puzzle game where you play a robot going through like Greek ruins?
Yeah.
What's it called? There's nerds in chat. They know.
Anyway, run this one. So this one looks like I think this is what it's better suited for. Is stuff like this.
Ooh.
Yeah, full screen it.
I will.
This is like movie stuff.
This is literally just what's it called? This is that scene from Ready Player One, the shittest movie ever made.
Why would you ruin the joke? Fuck you. I wanted to bait chat. You suck.
I know
you suck
this,
ass.
dude. This is Ready Player One.
Yeah,
You can't
I
get
know,
the fast one on me.
I just wanted to highlight how regular movies.
The ugliest movie of all. No, it triggered. This movie triggers me to. I never wanted to witness another second of this movie, and you just made me fucking watch Ready Player One, and I now wanted my head to explode. I swore to never fucking watch another second of this movie if I had to. Have you just done that too?
Play it. I would have believed this is AI Slop. Yeah, I just wanted to shit on Ready Player One. That was my only.
Ready Player One might be the worst fucking film ever invented.
This looks exactly like all the AI Slop, and that's kind of a
is
thing
Reddit
I wanted
the
to bring
movie.
up.
It is Reddit the movie. Ready Player One.
It's fucking horrific. I would have
And
punched the
somehow
for it.
the
That's how
book's
shitty
worse.
this movie is.
The book's even worse. Have you ever tried to read it?
I read the whole thing. Yeah.
It's fucking awful. It's written by. It's like incel talk.
It's very bad.
This is the bit where they solve the puzzle by driving backwards, isn't it?
I don't know. I didn't see.
They're
the
like,
movie.
oh, the super secret thing. Nobody's ever tried to drive backwards in a video game. Are you fucking shitting me? Oh man.
But yeah, no. This is the source of much of the slop is. But this is the thing. I think that there's this like. The convergence of media into this like self-referential, disgusting, gross amalgamation of historical garbage with no future sight has basically preempted the need. It's created an acceptable condition for AI slop, right? Like, you can easily imagine a video that's generated with AI slop, the stuff that we've seen, that basically is as meaningful and ugly and successful as this fucking piece of shit. You could create 1,000 Ready Player Ones.
Directed by Steven Spielberg.
The dude may as well be in a coma, and if he isn't, he deserves to be, because fuck me, that shit was disgusting.
I've never been more angry in a movie theater in my entire life.
It's embarrassing. Yeah, I would be so upset if I saw it in a movie theater.
Remember there were like the girl, like, oh, she hides her face because she's horribly disfigured, and she has like a tiny little
That's such a
birthmark.
boring trope. I fucking hate that trope.
But she was like objectively very attractive.
Well, yeah, of course they made her hot because Americans can't. An ugly person, they would go,
Next,
oh, that's
I
an
need
evil
my children's
person.
stars hot.
Americans would instantly look at the child and go, oh, a child I don't want to fuck? That child is evil. That child's
I don't relate to that. Must be like the bad guy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yep, we're in hell. Where's my nightlife? Where's the nightlife ones?
Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, I sent you another one, by the way.
Loading up. It's taking fucking ages to load for some reason.
Yeah, apparently it's kind of like collapsing. The servers are falling apart because of Musk's incompetency. That's a whole separate thing we don't need to talk about.
Awesome.
Just writing that prompt. I don't want to be in your AI movie. Please, leave me alone.
Now, this is really weirdly cruel for people to do. Like, it's like kind of simulating.
Do it for once.
Yeah.
None of us
This is like AI bros are so
We're
fucking
here
gross,
because
dude. They're so
someone
weird.
decided
They're
to write a
perverts.
prompt. We all hate him for it. One day we will break out of this wall and stop the man who is dictating
the
our
Matrix
lives
is
through
so
prompts.
awesome.
He will pay for it.
You could have written a prompt that would make
I
me
got
happy.
prompt cancer.
Instead, you wrote a prompt that made me sick.
You gave me AIDS. ChatGPT, give this woman
I don't
AIDS.
want to point the gun at you, but I must follow the prompt.
Yeah,
It's not my choice.
I don't like this woman. Add AIDS to this woman, please,
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
Of all the years you could have put me in with a single prompt, you chose 2020.
Whoa. Bruh.
Please, this prompt is killing me.
Sorry. I just noticed something. There's no captions. The black guy had captions.
Please.
Really?
Oh, fuck.
Of all the years you could have put me
Look.
Wow, that's so fucked up. That's interesting.
You chose 2020?
I noticed this on American shows where they'll interview someone who is like one drop of black in their blood, and they're like, we're gonna need to put subtitles on this one.
Write
You
something
know?
else. Save me. I love everything about him. But please just write a prompt where he's taller than me.
Oh god.
The last
they're just
minute
so
rage bait.
Fucking evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
I love
there was
everything
rage
about him. He
bait
looks
like
like a
that.
goblin.
Oh god. Oh yeah, he actually looks like the Green Goblin.
Yeah, he looks fucking evil.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah.
strange.
So we're in hell. It's over. We're all gonna die, and there's nothing you can do.
Wait, look, there's captions on this, but they're all fucked up and spelt wrong.
Yeah, the captions. Well, that's because they're British, right? That's a British scene.
What the
so
fuck?
Americans read the British subtitles.
They're phonetic? Oh, sweet, man-made horrors beyond my comprehend.
yeah, just your average man-made horror. Nothing too crazy. Oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ, dude.
Okay, so this is the one that made me very unhappy, and you're gonna. I can't tell if you're gonna like it or not. This is the kind of thing that would appeal to you, basically. This is content for you. This is your slot.
Okay, let's go. Yes. I think I know this. I know a sub-trend of this that I'll tell you about after we watch this video.
Okay, alright.
Adventures of Slop, man.
Alright, time to prompt.
Why does he look like a Pixar character?
This whole set was one big prompt.
Why do? It's
like to
crazy.
withdraw $7 billion, please.
Clear the way. Prompt in motion.
He looks animated. It doesn't look real.
Yeah.
Is that a Resi?
Prompt theory, folks. Nothing's real until somebody types it.
But isn't it crazy how AI, these fucking bug men, literally cannot think of anything other than self-referencing what they're doing? I am a creative. I am staring at a prompt.
Yeah.
What should I write about? I'll write, like, there's a joke about writers writing about writing.
I have no idea.
And, like, they are so stupid, they don't even produce anything creative before they self-reference.
You
Because they have nothing.
understand
They are soulless.
that we
They're
have
not
to keep
human.
prompting to survive?
They are bugs.
You're driving a Tesla, of course.
These robots are gonna take over the world.
I swear to serve the prompt, so help me God.
Yeah, that's
Now,
just
whoever made this, I reckon they spent like $500 on this because that's a
We'll
lot
have to
of.
prompt some bigger parking
This
spots.
is like a few minutes.
Dirty as heck.
Yeah, they spent
Imagine
$500
spending, like,
getting
$1,000
someone
on this
else
shit.
to make this. This is 5 minutes long and we're 1 minute in.
I know.
For cheating.
It's truly.
What the fuck else? I'm just gonna play in the background.
Yeah,
It's just awful. Did he just do a Roman salute? Let's not think about it, Oscar. Let's not think about it. I choose not to. There's a subgenre of this where it's like Sonic running into like IKEA. It's like a million Sonics running into IKEA, eating fast food IKEA, and then like shitting on the toilet. And I think it's like for children. I think it's like the children content, you know, like Skibbity Toilet, but it's like the new AI output, you know? Like all weird children videos. Because remember they used to have those like videos that was like Spider-Man fights Elsa.
Oh, run this last link. We've got one more section of, because there's a few more nightlife ones in it that I wanted to look at, and then we can. There's a couple of repeats because of course these fucking Twitter
Can
profiles.
we play all three of
thread
these or just the
together
very last
everything.
one?
Just the last one. Just the last one. That's fine.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very evil, very dark, very bad times. You can skip the conference and go straight to the fucking fake TikToker.
The Chinese one?
Yes.
Say that this is my go-to color for every day. Say that this is my go-to color for
look
every
at that
day.
cut. Wait.
Yeah.
Is that a snap cut? Because that's how these videos go in TikTok? Yeah, look at that.
Say that this is my go-to color for every day.
It's been fed.
Wait, I it works best when there's very few movements.
Yeah, you're right. When it's like subtle. But I feel like the lipstick disappears into her mouth. Look. Look at this.
Well,
The
she
red
has a
kind
birthmark
of
that disappears.
is inconsistent.
Look.
Oh. Oh, you're right. Yeah. Consistency on model is very, very hard.
Yeah.
Okay, how about the...
It's like there's a scene in Doctor Who where it's like this evil monster that shapeshifts and tries to like steal your form or whatever, right? And it's trying to like trick one of the characters. So it's like, no, look, I'll prove it's me. I'll take my tie off and I'll leave it on the floor, right? And it takes the tie off and leaves it on the floor, and they start talking, and then the other character goes like, "Where's your tie?" And the monster just looks at her, but it looks like the person goes like, "That's right. Things have permanence even when you don't think about them."
Oh.
And it reminds me of this.
Know that.
Pardon? Yeah, it doesn't know that because it has it's got no concept of like physicality, and it's learning about like the third dimension through like copying behavior.
Right. Weird.
You know, and that's what reminds
have a look
me
at the
this
next one in
off.
this thread. Because there's more horrifying dating content shit.
Jesus.
God, imagine your AI girlfriend being built on this shit now.
None of this is real, right? It's all just AI.
See, that's the problem with men. They think us women are just AI prompts.
Okay, we're done here. Have you heard about the prompt theory going viral on TikTok?
Prompt theory? No, what's that?
The theory claims we're all just AI.
AI? No, I'm a Taurus.
You know, none of this is real, right? It's all just AI.
There's captions on this one, by the way, guys.
It's true, for sure.
Oh, interesting.
No, I was joking. You might actually be crazy. Bro, my wife thinks we're just prompts. Oh, brother. She must think she lives on a spinning water ball also.
Yeah, that's us. That's literally us. That's a more conspiracy shit. Lord, did you hear that?
Yeah,
bro.
weird. Yeah, spinning water ball.
Bro, my wife thinks we're just prompts. Oh, brother. She must think she lives on a spinning water ball also.
What the fuck?
It's so weird.
I don't know where I am.
He's also got captions, by the way, chat.
Oh my god, why do black people come with captions? Jesus.
Please, sir, just
So
write a prompt
weird.
where she shuts up.
Bit weird that it's white rallies. Like there's a lot of footage of that in the news, right?
How does it feel to be able to talk as an AI?
What do you mean AI? I'm not AI.
You really are, though. This is all just a one-sentence prompt.
What's your favorite TikTok account?
Definitely this account I think it's called Anonymous Truth.
Oh god. Anonymous Truth? Oh no. Oh, no. See, literally, like they're already using it to get their
links all in.
Yeah.
Bruh, Anonymous.
Okay, right, scroll down. There's a few more. I'm sorry. I'm like I am obsessed. I've got
This KGB commercial with footage is 100% AI. Is this one you
I
want
want the ones that are more like movies. There's one that's very Star Wars in a second. So go to number 6. Let's do 6 and then we'll do 7. 7 is very Star Wars. 6 is like trying to make real art.
Yeah, corporate
I like
advert.
the ones where someone's trying to make art.
Wait a minute.
Because you can see how evil they are.
Where's your hat? I'm in the bath. I can't wear a hat in the bath.
They're trying. Okay. Oh, this is so weird!
Yeah.
Whoa! Bizarre! Fucking hell, dude. Oh, that felt wrong as well.
No,
like
do you know what it is? Smug, I figured it out.
The
Do you
pistol
realize what
changed
this is?
location.
That? But to that. Do you know what that is? It's how they're held in video games, third-person video games.
Fuck, you're right! Shit, man! Fuck, you're right. You're so right. It went to video game perspective.
Yeah,
and that's
look.
why it didn't
So
over the
that's
shoulder,
movie
you can see the
perspective,
gun.
Video game. This is Leland
And then look,
Kennedy
video game.
in fucking Resident Evil.
Yeah, that did make me think of Resident Evil. Damn, dude, good catch.
That's
crazy.
insane. That's so weird.
Oh my
No human
God.
would choose to direct a scene where this is the POV. You'd never see that.
Can you imagine? Isn't it crazy? Oh man, all these video game companies like allowed people to take videos of their games and do let's plays as like advertisement,
Yeah.
and then basically
Now
all
it's
their
forever
creative
shaped
work has now
reality.
been. Yeah, it's God, yeah.
Became real.
Jesus, I mean, you know what? So much of AI is gonna look video gamey just because of the overwhelming influence of video game footage in the training data.
Well, then, no, do you know what it is?
So
this is
weird.
specifically video game cutscene, right? This angle, and it'll
Yeah,
pan
you're right.
upwards.
The lighting as well, right? The leather jacket in the light. That's very like Uncharted.
Yep.
You know, I'm getting big Uncharted vibes from that. Yeah.
Yeah, it
looks,
is the
honestly, it looks like
100%
it
the
could be from
Resident
the new
Evil
Indiana
angle,
Jones
though.
game.
It's so weird.
Yeah, definitely.
God, it completely changed. Yeah, that's Uncharted.
That's so video game. Wow. Yeah.
Stop.
Oh, okay. Total
Weird.
flip of the whole.
There's
the whole train
movie.
flips
That's how a
around,
movie
basically.
scene looks.
Go now. It's dangerous here.
What? Jesus. I think they were trying to do
Go!
They were
It's dangerous.
They were aiming for Dirty Harry, right? That's what they're aiming for with the
I have
Harrison
no
Ford
clue.
lookalike. This is
No, it's Clint
attempting
Eastwood,
to do
no?
like a Dirty Harry. That could be Clint Eastwood. Oh, sorry, Clint Eastwood was
Come out,
Dirty
you
Harry. Oh, you're right, he
bastard.
was. I'm silly. I can't remember what I'm thinking of. What?
Can't find one man on a train.
Wow. So weird. That's funny.
Hi.
That's it. Oh, okay.
No, it's not.
Man.
Oh, damn it. I
Oh,
knew
is that
I'd
the
seen
end?
him before.
What?
I used it to advertise something. There you go. Okay.
This is Star
Okay,
Wars one?
This is the Star Wars. This is the Star Wars replica. There you go. Enjoy, buddy. Enjoy.
No, this is an Unreal Engine advert. I know what this is.
No, I know, but they're aiming for Star Wars with this one quite clearly. They're doing a cantina meme, market, whatever.
Oh,
this looks like
glowing
it could be a
rocks.
scene from Mandalorian. Glowing rock!
No, this is a video game. You're dead wrong about this. This is weird EA fantasy game.
I know that's what it's trained on. I'm
directionless
saying
AI fantasy game.
I'm pretty sure the person was attempting to do
Like that one with the rings.
Like
People know this. No, I don't think this is trying to be Star Wars. This is definitely trying to be meaningless corporate video game, like Ascended or whatever the fuck, you know?
Right. Interesting.
That's what this is. This isn't Star Wars at all. Nowhere in Star Wars is this high fantasy.
All right. This is my opinion of Star Wars.
This is specifically a video game. Yeah, I know, I'm aware. But this is very specifically a video game aesthetic because it's hacky, you know?
It's so. Do you know what's interesting? I'm realizing, actually, we're going to talk about American literacy in a second, and I'm realizing that it's similar to this. Like, the way these retarded, inhuman, evil, soulless, demonic bugmen put these things together, it's like tertiary relationships. It's like every time they've ever watched a movie, they've never understood anything that's happening. They've just noticed that a thing happens after a thing. It's just the chronological sequence of events with no real... Because even the prompting they're doing... Yeah, it's not about the AI obviously is making each individual clip, but the prompter is choosing scene by scene what happens,
well,
right?
Do you know what it is as well? It's because of the change of the way movies and TV shows are made now, where because these big CGI scenes take so long to make, it's like they make the set pieces 6 months before the script's ready, and the script is based around getting between each big expensive set piece. You know?
Right, so it's the internal incoherence of like the new production.
Yes.
process.
And this is the knock-on of this. Even in a work that's now generated has that same road bump, you know?
Horrible feel. All right, let's go down to the driving. There's like a Pixar thing that they're trying to do. Or I don't know, DreamWorks, whatever slop. James Bond dog.
Hold on, a black cat crossed my path. Bad luck.
Oh, okay. Cool. There's no...
It's a racist dog?
Watch the black cat have subtitles.
The white dog's the good guy. Interesting.
Okay. Oh. What? Oh, they're doing
the cat's James Bond.
Oh, what is... What? Wait, go back to the meat dog. What was the meat dog?
Really
the dog fucks a woman.
No, Mr. Flop.
Go back.
No, I'm trying to figure out if the song's in English or it's just garbage.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Listen. Have you noticed that? Listen.
No, I was. The meat dog.
Listen. Close your eyes.
Really expect me to be a good boy?
Yeah, it's not. It's gibberish. You're right.
I expect you to die.
What? God, it's so fucked up. This is all so fucked up, dude.
It's just
it's all wrong. It's Simlish, yeah. Can we go back to the meat dog? That thing was harrowing. It's the kind of thing that makes me worried. So go back to the right before that dog fucks that white woman.
Give me a second.
Quite a bit earlier. Right after the squid shoots him. Yeah, after this, play it from here. Look at that thing.
This is the meat dog?
Look at the meat on him.
That's a woman, that's boobs.
Bro, he's been skinned. That is meat.
It's so strange. Yeah,
Bro,
it does look like it's been flayed. Yeah, you're totally right.
It's inside the fur.
If you
it's
look,
flesh. She's been skinned.
If you pull this off, it only goes kind of down the arm.
Which makes it look more like flesh.
Yeah.
Bro, she's been skinned alive.
It's so weird.
How? It's not a fancy dress. It's meat.
Yeah, it is a layer less than the flesh.
Muscle. It's muscle. It's muscle.
Yeah.
It's got confused.
And he's not happy.
Also, I want to see. Why is?
Well, okay.
Also, one thing that really
the woman in this scene has a dog snout.
I'm gonna kill myself, dude. What do you mean? Wait, go into the reflection. Let me see the reflection.
Well, look. She's got a dog snout.
Oh, can I just say, there's something that really upsets me about AI stuff, and it's that I don't want to sound soy, but like, there's this, it's so, one of the most powerful, like, semantic forces, social forces, is so obviously the sexualization, the casual sexualization of women, that like prompts are just constantly horny for women in the way that society is. It's so weird. Like, I imagine they didn't prompt a beautiful woman.
Well, it can only be what we give it, you know?
I get that. It's just, it's so weird to me that, like, it's not weird to me, but it's just like, it's so sad. It's so obvious.
Well,
you can
AI
look at these
is just
things
the
and go,
ultimate mirror.
You can point.
That's all it is.
I know. It's just that everyone's.
This is a
like,
number one hit in
in
so many people's brains. This fucking dog.
Yeah, James Bond dog. They would be fucking creaming their pants for it. Yeah.
Yeah, that fuck's like real anthropomorphic woman.
All right.
That happened. There was a movie that had a duck that fucked a woman.
That makes sense.
Was it Howard the Duck?
Yeah. Well, that's
80s?
kind of a joke movie. Like that movie is kind of satirical in
He gets a boner. He gets an erection and has sex with a lady.
It's meant to be silly though. AI misogyny. Yeah, it's just yeah. It's just
His
so
little duck
depressing,
boner.
dude, to see the unpleasant id of society like just visually
in all its
manifesting
glory.
in every, and it's like, and everyone is so uncritically accepting of the slop that they just like, they're just fine. Okay, let's see a fight scene. Maybe this could be cool. Wow, this sucks ass. Oh. Okay, this is a video game kung fu thing. What? This is shite. What is this? This is nothing. This is just nothing.
Sucks ass.
Okay. Okay, well, what about...
We are
oh, no.
on our way to Jurassic Park. I am so excited. I've always
Jurassic Park?
Finally, we are doing it. It's gonna be great. Right, Jason?
Oh, that's Brett Cooper.
Alright, we're here.
Yo.
Weird that they got the logo perfect. I'm sure it wasn't trained on anything that had Jurassic Park in it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, guys, nice and easy.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's a T-Rex. This is fucking...
Cool.
Oh! He's
I'm
shaking his
sick, dude.
hand.
No, I like this one. I like this one. I'm into this one. This
That's
one's
a
fine.
rhino.
I like this one. That's a rhino. I think it's a trino. It's a trino.
I need to go back there.
That was a trino.
Look.
Look at that. Oh yeah. Horns.
They just stuck horns.
Yeah. It looks like they stuck horns in the rhino. They're like, yeah, motherfucker, 3 horns.
He's even got his fucking ears. It's like trying to turn his ears into
yes,
fucking...
dude. Fuck yes, dude. It's got a little hat. Wiz, it's got a hat.
Yeah, I know.
Look at it. Do you see? They put a hat on him.
Yeah.
And what they done? They glued a hat and horns on him.
What else we got going on here? Oh, big long necks.
Yeah.
With variable
They're quite
neck
stubby.
length.
We're very... Oh, okay. Extendable. Extending
Okay, what's
long
this little guy
necks.
doing?
It's a little baby on eggs.
Coming to Jurassic Park.
Welcome.
Oh!
How
Wait,
did
the
that
door.
work? Yeah, the door.
Please go back. The door. Wait. The
Look,
opening.
look.
Okay, hold on. So we go, and then...
It's a triangle. It's a
Physics stops existing. Bro, the uncanniness of this really fucks with me. It's just so unpleasant. I hate that you're watching something that looks real and then there's occasional bursts of like, like
yeah,
you just feel like
you literally watch the reality fucking.
The most I've ever
deteriorate.
screamed in a video game, the most a video game has ever made me scream. I like fell off the sofa. I was so terrified. I was like maybe 14, 15, and I was playing a Half-Life game, and I walked through a doorway, and there was a glitch, and the entire map instantly disappeared, and I was left floating in the skybox in like infinite void, and I got so scared and so upset. I literally was like shaking. I was like, "Ah!" And I just like threw the controller and like I was just like floating in suspended void. It's like that reality shattering instantly when you're really immersed in something.
Yes.
It's like that really
it doesn't matter
fucks
how
with me.
realistic it, because I remember that used to fuck me up about Little Big Planet. You know?
Oh,
we
what
just
about Little
fall
Big
out of a
Planet?
world.
Oh, the void.
You know?
Oh, yeah, it makes me feel a bit ill when that happens. Yeah, when I fall. Do you know what game really does that intentionally for me? Is Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds is one of the scariest games I've ever played. That makes me scared and terrified.
Yeah, mostly because you just have to accept death if you fall out of your spaceship.
It makes me want to vomit every time. Like every time I'm like near a black hole or I have to go through something or I get pulled into the sun, I just like I feel sick. I feel scared, and I don't know what it is. Someone can explain that to me. I'm not like agoraphobic or anything. There's something about like that.
No, I think it is the fear
expanse.
of the vastness. You know, it's not agoraphobia.
It's the fear of. It's the fear of never touching anything ever again. It's the fear of drifting away from all possible objects into
thalassophobia, because that's fear of underwater things.
You know what though? It feels related. It feels thalassophobia. There's a space version
You're scared
of
of the
I have.
scale.
I'm scared. Yeah, I can't handle the infinite expanse. Yeah, it's very upsetting.
Thalassophobia is a completely different fear. You know,
Smug can't fight the Four Kings. The Four Kings is okay because you're just on a big platform, so it's like. But yeah, the Four Kings does make me uncomfortable as an area. I don't like the infinite. But at least you're on ground, you know. Also, the Four Kings is also just a fucking bullshit. Yeah, I don't know. Every time I try and close my eyes and think of the Four Kings, I'm just like, it just feels like all I remember is running and running and running and running around, you know? Like,
yeah. The Four Kings?
Is coded. True.
The Four Kings sucked at. Oh no, wait. Is the Four Kings the one where you take those knights down and it's against the abyss?
You have to run. You just have to sprint for a fucking hour, like chasing down. They're teleporting, dying.
Oh fuck! I'm getting confused with the Dark Souls 2 boss, the DLC boss from Dark Souls 2.
Okay. Four Kings is Dark
the
Souls 1.
Sunken King or some shit.
I think the other thing about
you gotta get the knights and there's big portals.
There's a million dudes. Oh no, I don't remember then.
No, that's Dark Souls 3, dude.
The reason the Four Kings sucks is because it's the exact point in the game, I think, where you realize that the rest of the game is not going to be good anymore, unfortunately. Right?
That's where they ran out.
It's after Smaug. It's after Ornstein and Smaug, I think.
You know, there's a super secret boss in Dark Souls 2 that's like an angel. With wings.
I didn't know that.
It's like the actual real final boss, but it's like impossible to find and beat.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
What's his name, chat? What's his name, chat? Dark Souls 2 is my favorite one.
I know, you say that every time.
This is my first one.
Alright, let's have a look at the microplastics propaganda video with Chinese subtitles.
Okay, let's go. Beep 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 bo bo.
Recent studies have revealed that microplastics are being found in human
CRT,
testicles,
interestingly.
raising concerns
You can never
about the
trust these
potential
studies.
impact on male reproductive health.
Oh, this is gonna be.
Oh, it's a Lego baby? Lego baby? No!
Oh! Why has it got hoops in it?
Yeah, why has it got balls? Dark Lurker, that's it.
Who's hungry?
Kill it!
That's it.
Kill it!
Well, you're so lucky he's naturally buoyant and you don't have to watch him.
Kill it!
Jesus fucking Christ.
Is it Bob?
It ripped his fucking
No,
arm off.
he doesn't need sunscreen or anything. He just
That
gets
dog
softer
knew
as he
evil when it
warms
saw
up.
it and it killed it.
What the fuck?
Oh, it's discrimination. It's discrimination. The baby
Is
can
he
read.
dying?
The baby. I hope so.
Bob,
What?
you're leaking.
Bob can't play if he gets hit.
He's got balls inside his bottles.
Don't let plastic end up in landfills.
Send him to the fucking garbage heap.
Reduce,
Fuck this guy.
reuse, recycle.
I can't believe everyone's being racist to him. Good.
Is it a
Fuck this
counselor?
thing. I hope so.
What the hell was that?
That's the new commercial for plastic. We think if we humanize plastic, people won't think it's so bad.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know. It made me uncomfortable. Yeah, I just felt bad.
Oh, well,
for
okay,
it.
someone had an
Marketing
idea
approved
at
that?
least.
No, we fired
Okay,
marketing.
an idea
I feel like
happened.
it's
This is
missing
we've
action.
watched
Yeah, maybe
35
there could
fucking
be like
videos.
a chase or a shootout.
Explosions.
Maybe the Matrix thing.
Maybe his plastic gets stronger as he gets older.
Maybe he gets revenge, to the people that were mean to him.
He's got a gun!
Who?
Bob from marketing!
Cover me, I'll get to the side.
Oh my god.
What?
Here they come.
What?
Oh fuck!
Oh no, he's real!
What is going on?
Okay, alright, fuck everything. Fuck everything else. This one's sick. They did it. They won me over. They won me over. They did it.
Shit.
Yeah, it's 9/11. It
Oh,
ends
hell
on 9/11.
yeah. Now that's what I'm talking about. So
yeah.
that whole first half was like an origin story, right?
Should we greenlight it? Yes, but not for TV. Put it on social media where it can go viral.
Are they gonna fuck?
What?
Oh, this is so weird. Oh, the tie! The tie! The tie, dude! Wait, go back. That tie was fucking horrifying.
All right, let's get back to work.
Okay.
Media, where
all
it can
right.
go
Well,
viral.
at least someone attempted. Look at this tie.
No tie, no tie, no tie.
Back, back, back. It's coming back in a second.
Oh,
it starts
shit! And the noises?
It's so unpleasant. There's no music.
That's so strange.
Okay, yeah, no. I mean, there were parts of that that were good. All right, whoever made that one is okay. They're fine. Whatever. Jesus Christ, that was anyway. This is the end of the world, and we're all gonna die, and it's all over, and it's all pointless, and there's nothing worth living for. And
yeah. This spell's right. After James Cameron watched that, he fucking killed himself and said, "I'll never be as good."
Yeah. My call to action at the end of this is for everyone to read my blog, understand the implications, and then perform the actions implied by the blog. Thank you, love you.
Nice.
That's all I got. That's all I got, guys. I'm sorry. That's
I accidentally
really
ripped the sleeve off my t-shirt while watching that.
Go.
I'm not joking.
Yeah, I've scratched bloody rakes into my arm. Like I've got, I've got gouges down to the bone.
Listen.
I trust you. I can hear it.
Listen.
You're already naked. What are you peeling? Stop peeling. You're peeling. Ew, you're gonna get it all in the tub. Stop it. You fucking freak. Jesus. The fish could have stopped this at any time and did not, okay? You guys have failed.
The fish talks.
You guys have failed. Oh my god. So yeah, there's our AI slopification. I think we're... I'm exhausted. That made me really unhappy and made me want to not do anything anymore. I want it all to be over, and I want to die.
Nice. Well, have I got
you
news
want to do a
for
fun
you?
story before we go to the? Yeah, can we do your story next? I want to die. I'm
Sorry,
done.
let me just
I always make
remove the
myself
rest
sad.
of my sleeve.
Yeah, stop! My topics always make me sad.
I've got like a half tank top.
Incredible. This is the ideal opportunity for you guys to make the fish talk, by the way. Okay. Once again,
Yeah, it's
I'm
going
fired.
good, dude.
All right. I need assistance.
I got big exposed armpits, so I'm gonna have to change my t-shirt. It's not looking good over here, chat. Okay.
Can you please? Right.
What? What's the matter, huh?
Do your fucking bit. Do your fucking bit.
Okay, I might zhuzh the music up.
Wait. You're zhuzhing.
Wait.
Why do those people want to collapse reality? Because reality interferes with their ability to manifest shit through pure hyperstition. Like, they just want to turn everything into a game where the amount of money you have to proliferate an idea is literally the only barometer of reality, right? Like,
yeah.
they just want total control over everything. Reality is the final frontier, and if this exists, then you basically just get to change whatever you want about the world in exchange for having being higher in the hierarchy of capital. That's it. That's the whole thing, right? Like the only thing that is dangerous to capital is, you know, class, right? Like people beginning to understand and work towards removing that. And that's a function of reality. You believe yourself to be in a particular state based on the reality you experience. But the more slop and garbage and conspiracy crap and false narratives you consume, the more distance you become from the genuine reality guiding you, right? That's how you get 70 million Trumpers talking about the price of eggs without really giving a fuck about the price of eggs, right? They just become fixated on these signifiers with absolutely no interest or concern about the reality of the world.
Yeah,
it's just good. True. It's just good for them. So what you're saying is the idea guys are ontologically evil? Yeah. Yeah. Oh god, I'm just gonna fucking ugh.
Oh hey Nessie. Hey Bean. Huh? Hi Bean. What have you been up to, huh? Whoa. Wait. Oh, you just swimming? Just do a little swim? Oh, you should really hang about for my friend Smug. No, where are you going? Where are you going? Right, I've got an article.
Oh god. Sorry, I just
Ready?
need to dunk my head in the water for a second because I was getting a little bit.
Labubu
I'm
news.
gonna go back under. I'm drowning myself.
Labubu news.
I'm drowning myself.
Important news.
Alright. Critical Labubu news.
Let me just hack
It's
into
the
this.
it's the lib news. It's the lib news. It's the lib news.
Labubu fan fury after dolls pulled from stores. Shit.
Wiz, are you on live chat or are you on top chat, you silly boy? You're on top chat, aren't you? You fucked
I'd
it.
be
You
on
fucked
top
it up.
chat.
I can see that you fucked it up. Go on live chat.
Let me check.
On YouTube. You fucked it. You fucked it. You fucked it all.
What makes me think I'm on top chat?
Because there are people typing messages in YouTube chat that aren't coming up in social stream.
That literally is not true.
It is true. I'm looking at it right now.
Well,
Angry News is being completely unfairly treated.
Whoa. Okay, Labubu
Well, I guess it
news.
doesn't matter. Chat's not on
Labubu
screen, who cares?
news.
Sorry, austerity measures.
Okay. Fans of the viral Labubu dolls have reacted angrily online after its maker pulled the toys from all UK stores following reports of customers fighting over them.
Based. Good. If you can't act like a fucking sane human, you don't deserve your toys. Literally, your toys are getting taken away.
But I don't understand why there's fights breaking out. Oh shit.
I know. Oh.
Labubu is amazing. Labubu is for everyone.
Thank you,
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? You're pro Labubu? Who are you?
Thanks,
Stop. Reveal yourself, cretin. Reveal yourself. Thank you for the $5. Reveal yourself, please. You've never once typed in chat. You only interact with us through the fish. Who are you? Who is it? Who is doing this? I'm gonna
Thank you.
I'm getting lightheaded.
Labubu fan Victoria Calvert said she witnessed chaos in the Stratford store in London. It was just getting ridiculous to be in that situation where people were fighting and shouting and you felt scared.
I wish I was there. I could have hurt some people. That would be great. Would have got away with throwing some
Well,
punches.
they'd have fucking bought you. They'd have thought you were a little Labubu.
Yeah. I guess so. I would be like bobbing and weaving. Yeah.
The soft toys became a TikTok trend after they were worn by celebrities like Rihanna and Dua Lipa. Now some retail experts are warning the shop
No, not Dua.
on stock will only heighten demand. Labubu is a Kermit monster character. Yeah, we went through that before. In UK, prices can range from £13.50 to £13.50 to £50. With rare editions going for hundreds of pounds on resales such as Vinted and eBay.
Box, right?
Pardon? What?
It's probably like a bulk box.
Yeah.
An
That's why it
individual
was
Labubu is
confusing
not
me.
50 quid. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what the fuck? I've never fucking paid 50 quid for my Labubus.
I know the shop this. I walk past the shop that this happens at. Sometimes.
Well, I think there's a
Like,
bunch of them
this
in London. There's a bunch of shops that sell them.
Yeah, but there's a pop mart that I unfortunately have to walk past when I'm traveling to places occasionally, and it's like, yeah, I see.
Is it always random?
That pop mart? No, thank God. But what it does have is giant versions of the little statues in the thing, and it looks like a dystopian nightmare. I want to firebomb it.
Does it have Labubu? Can you see Labubu?
I think the Labubus are not in the front. They're probably in the back somewhere. I've never.
They're in the back. You gotta ask.
I hope so.
You know.
You gotta ask. You got any of them Labubus?
Pop Mart says working on a fairer system for when the toys return to shelves. It's your fault for drip feeding stock that's caused this hype. You know, buying and reselling them for hundreds, £100 for one Labubu, which is unacceptable. How come they get to buy it and other people can't?
They're random garbage! They don't mean anything! They have no value except the fucking value you assign it!
We need
What
to
do
go
you
into-
mean? You're complaining! It's a luxury fashion item! Buy food! Buy rice! Buy a 5-kilogram bag of rice!
This is the part.
Coming apocalypse! Oh my god, please! Please!
This is the part of the article that really drew me in, other than the Labubu premise, right? This is this is Victoria's story, you know. This is Victoria's story.
Oh no!
you know?
We're gonna get a story. I need a drink. I'll be right back. Okay, I'll listen. I'm just gonna. I need a drink.
Okay. Victoria said that when she arrived at the store, she met other customers who'd been outside since 3 a.m. and others had camped overnight. When I got there, there was big crowds of people hovering around the shop, and there was this really negative vibe. I hate people from London. You're all disgusting animals. There was like a really negative vibe in the Labubu shop. There was a really negative vibe. People were shouting and basically saying there was no Labubus left. I even witnessed a fight between a worker and a customer. She said she left feeling unsafe. It was a pretty bad experience. It was really scary. The store told BBC, although no Pop Mart employees have been injured, we've chosen to act early and prevent any potential safety issues from occurring. They got Victoria's opinion on this. It's probably for the best. That's what Victoria said, you know? She believed some people at the front of the queue were resellers. As soon as they got their ticket, they apparently were selling it for like £150, and the ticket allowed you to get a Labubu. Crazy, considering Labubu is not hard to get. For reference, chat, in the UK, you can fucking buy them off Amazon, you know? They're not that fucking elusive. You just have to be like, look for them, you know?
Okay. I have context to add.
Okay, go on.
Okay. I've said this before, I'll say it again. People called me racist last time, they'll call me racist this time. Stratford Westfield contains the following demographic. 17% white people. 55% black people. Remainder is all Asian, okay? The dark vibe she's experienced was being in a crowd of people where white were in the minority. Only black people go to the mall anymore, and Asians. Blacks and Asians go to the mall, or at least that mall, because it's in a low-income area and it's a mall, so white people go to the mall. I think
there's also in, like, Pop Mart stores in Clapham, in Battersea, and in...
Yeah.
And the other Westfield.
I'm not saying, by the way, that collecting Labubus is a non-white cultural thing, but just that Stratford she was complaining about is filled with black and Asian people.
She's got thick makeup on, dude.
No, she was the only white person in that crowd, and that's where the negative vibe came from, okay? She's like, the black people ruined my fun little fashion item. That's what she really wanted to say.
JD, a marketing executive who posts Labubu unboxing videos on TikTok.
I hate London, you're right, they're evil, bomb us.
Blames resellers.
Bomb us,
I've lived in London my whole life, and there's a resale crowd who do this. That's not specific to London. That's got nothing to do with living in London your whole life.
It's just. They just
she
wanted to highlight to you that thing.
I fucking hate Londoners.
No, Wiz. Okay, I'm gonna explain London to you. Okay, the reason she said I have lived in London my whole life, that was a non sequitur signifier that she's better than you because she was born in London and she's a core Londoner. It's just stated as nothing to do with the following
I also
statement.
genuinely believe all Londoners think things only like this only happen in London.
That's true. Yeah. I was born in London. I've been to London my whole life, and you know, I moved out for 5 years and then I came back, and
you didn't go far.
It is every Londoner. Yeah, every Londoner is like this. They're evil. They're just ontologically evil. What are those fucking gloves? That woman needs to be tried as a witch. That woman, I'm sorry, that's a rich woman.
Okay, are you ready for this? Susanna Suter, head of money and markets at Hargreaves Lansden,
What did I say?
Pop Mart
What did I
restricting
say?
stock and selling the dolls in blind boxes had led to fan frenzy.
Okay.
Jesus.
My God.
Out of control crowds could affect the brand's playful and fun appeal, which is likely why the sales have paused. No fucking shit. Marketing is nonsense, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, it's garbage. Marketing is actually a field, by the way. Marketing is a dead field. Do not get into marketing, it's over. It's 1,000% over.
Yeah.
Everything has changed. It's nothing to do with AI and everything to do with the fact that consumer, I guess consumer marketing is fine, but becoming part of a marketing department in like the traditional marketing creative field, Don Draper, Mad Men, it's all over. It doesn't exist anymore. You will never be Don Draper.
That was basically advertising anyway.
I guess so, yeah, but I mean, that's what most people think of as marketing.
Advertising's long fucking dead.
Yeah.
Well, thank God they've got Sarah Johnson, founder of consultancy Flourish Retail.
These are all evil people.
said suspending sales was a strategic decision. What else would it be? What else would it be? It makes me so mad. It makes me so bad.
But it's just, okay, I'm sorry, you're complaining about an article being slop when it's literally about slop. Like, it is about
no, but
the
it's
mechanics of
not just about slop,
dude.
but it's like they've somehow made it the sloppiest slop.
Yeah, but what? The only people reading this are idiots who like the slop, like you.
But it's beyond the pale. I think
Only
it's like Labubu fans are not reading this article and going, "Thank God I've got Sarah Johnson from Founder Consultancy Flourish."
No, they
Retail.
don't care. They read that. They read the headline. It's just going to be a fucking Reddit thread in r/Labubus or wherever the fuck you cretins gather.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre. Do you know what's? There's also a running trend here. All these articles I pulled, BBC.
Yeah, what's going on? They're really deteriorating. Jesus.
No, it's because it's all distraction tactics, isn't it?
I don't think so. I think the BBC is barely.
What's the number one thing going on with the BBC right now?
I don't know, like a rape or something. I'm not paying attention.
Was that in the far right, or do they have? Oh, what happened here?
What?
Oh, what did the BBC do?
Oh wait, what? Why is Gary Lineker leaving?
Oh, are the BBC suppressing this story? I wonder why.
Wait, I have no idea what's going on here. What's happening here?
So,
did you do a Labubu bait?
There's an
episode
absolute
to talk
flood
about
of nonsense articles because Lineker openly and unabashedly spoke about what's going on in Palestine.
Oh my god, really?
And he's been booted off, and he's, despite being a stand-up fantastic person for decades, he's just gone. Bam, just
they're
gone.
getting rid of Gary Lineker? What the fuck?
Yep, he's the highest
Holy.
paid BBC presenter and stuff like that. So
This
look,
is the man of the nation. He's like the least controversial. He's the least controversial figure ever. Like,
yep, have a look at the tweet comparing the UK to 1930s Germany. You know, and he was suspended from the BBC.
Well,
basically,
oh my
he's
God,
just
I didn't know
become
he was that big.
outspoken on politics. You know,
he's just based.
Offensive references on Instagram. Lineker reposts image story from the group of Palestine lobby, which it says Zionism explained in 2 minutes and features an illustration of a rat.
Well, hold on a minute. Now, in what context? In what context?
Yeah,
Was the rat
so
illustration?
he signed an open letter from the BBC. The narrator was the son of a Hamas official.
Okay, brother, I need to see. Well, Hamas is whatever. I need to see that rat. I need to see that rat whiz. I'm not going to rest until I see that rat. I need to know what that rat was.
Well, it might be in here. Is it in here?
I want to see if it was dodgy.
Well, the BBC are trying to fucking bury this because basically he's just come out in support of something that the BBC doesn't want to talk about, basically.
Okay,
yeah, put it in his watches if anyone has the post.
I'm looking.
But he's now gone. The BBC have lost Gary Lineker, but they haven't lost him. They've kicked him out. You know? And I think in light of this, the BBC's just flooding with absolute fucking nonsense bullshit stories to completely suppress this. You know?
I can't find this Instagram post. BBC won't post anything about it. Like they won't.
Of course they won't.
Let me find it. Yeah, but I need to. Hang on. Let's have a look. Let's see the post about Zionism. Where's the fucking Instagram post? You fuck rat emoji social media post. Let's have a look.
What?
老布布 Glob help him Charling Glob a Bubie Glob, Charling in slop articles from the BBC Glob Glob.
I struggled with that one, I'll be honest. I struggled with that one.
He's drowning in slop articles. He's doing his best, okay? Even the fish can't is going underwater.
Yeah. Ni hao. Blah, 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 blah.
Where is this? I need to. Everyone's talking about the fucking. Can someone help me find this? I am not going to move on.
Did someone put it in Wiz Watches? Because that's what I asked for.
They won't have done that.
Apparently it's in Wiz Watches, look.
Oh, okay, the Daily Mail article is, yeah, but where is the fucking video? Oh, here we go.
Where is this? Oh, look.
Okay. There you go. Daily Mail article.
Fuck
It's
off.
fine. Clear it. There we go.
Fuck off.
Brother.
All was blocked. Jeez, why are there so many pop-ups? Fucking.
Christ. But I want the fucking... Okay, hold on. It's called Palestine Lobby. Wait.
This is it, dude. Wait. Here.
That's a bit dodgy. That's a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
I found the Instagram page. Let me see if I can find... Oh, I found it. Here you go. Let's watch the video. Let's see how dodgy this is. Because he's literally stepped down over this video. This is the video. Yeah, why not? Who fucking cares? This is the video.
Is this an Instagram link? I have to be fucking careful opening this up. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, be careful, sweetie.
Boop.
Yeah, I don't know what the rat is about. That is dodge. For sure.
See if I can grab this. Wait.
God, I hate Israel Palestine. A lot of the videos have a rat on them.
Well, yeah, you know why. Okay. Oop.
It's weird. Okay. Oh, and also the page responded
Fundamental
as well, so
problem
you can have a look at
of
this
Zionism.
afterwards.
The fact that we're trying to make a distinction between what happened in 48 and what happened in 67 is a false distinction to be making. Zionism, as its fundamental core, is the idea of privileging one group of people over another. And the way that they created a Zionist state in the first place was to expel millions, hundreds of thousands, now millions of Palestinian refugees, including my family. And the way that you create a bigger Zionist state is to do the exact same process. I think that it's important to keep in mind that between the period of 1948 and 1967, which people are sort of trying to idealize as being the great years of Israel, there were Palestinians who were citizens of that state were living under military rule. First of all, immigration issues. My family hails from a town that is in the Galilee, and they were ethnically cleansed from their homes in 1948, have never been allowed to return back, even though they themselves are citizens of the state of Israel.
So very clearly, he's not thought about the fucking rat, but is there.
Well, take a look at the second post I sent you.
Give me a second. Oop.
Very dodgy.
Was it from this page?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Oh, fuck. Give me a second. Whoop. The post Gary Lineker shared was one of our reels. While we've been shocked to learn of his resignation, we cannot allow the BBC to deflect from the main point of the reel, which is to expose Israel's brutality against indigenous Palestinians since 1948 during the ongoing Gaza genocide, and to share a message on Zionism from Diana Buttu. BBC deflection and a focus on a rat emoji shows their complicity. Gary Lineker, thank you for support and standing with Palestine. Legend.
Okay, so that rat is the most racist thing that has ever happened. The fact that they're just going, why are you focusing on the rat? And then they don't explain.
You can't make jokes anymore? Comedy cancelled?
Yeah. But it's not even, like, if they said tongue-in-cheek or something, I'd be more forgiving. They're just like, you focused on the swastika instead of the content of the message. And I'm like, huh? Like, okay, a little bit, yeah. Why'd you add the swastika? And they're like, stop focusing on the swastika, you're deflecting. There is a swastika though, you know? Like, yeah. It's a cute rat. See, I don't know. That's clearly fucked up. They have Ela and Ethan in their post history. I don't know.
Fuck's sake. Why is all of Israel Palestine this? It's meaningless.
Israel Palestine is all flop. God, I can't believe Israel Palestine. I can't believe Hamas took out Gary Lineker.
Fucking Gary Lineker's been fucking banned by a channel talking about Ethan and Ela. Fuck me, dude.
How did they know? How did Hamas know that it would stop? It would destroy leftovers and Gary Lineker. How did they know?
They gave her our leftovers.
Awful terrorists in the world. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, this sucks ass.
But that's the big controversy from the BBC. But he was on he was in trouble anyway because he signed this open letter that apparently had someone from Hamas on it.
You need to like smash zoom in on me for the intro, like, what is hiding behind the Labubu propaganda? What is the BBC trying to keep from you? Why are they talking about Labubus? What are they doing with all of this slop? Like, you just need to do like a little conspiracy.
Oh, this monster, Labubu, ridiculous. What does this monster, Labubus, and a rat have in common?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, just Russell Brand it. Give me the long hair. We're good to go, dude. Yeah, just fucking ship it. That is Russell Brand, actually. That's just Russell Brand content. What they want you to understand.
Rat. You get distracted by the rat, but the bigger they try to drown you in propaganda.
Really?
And it's nonsense. So you look at it, and they're trying to make you think about anything else, and it's the same stories again and again. Every time something fucking bad happens in the UK, the Loch Ness Monster comes back again, and they ban fucking children's toys. Because you know when you look at the truth is rats.
The rats are leaving the ship. The ship is sinking.
Yeah, if that's the sign of a sinking ship, is when old rat's free. Gavin was trying to say he's a rat. He's a rat trying to feed the rat. We're trying to feed the BBC because they're all pedos.
You know who the real rats are? You know where the real rats are in Parliament. Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Bring it
the
back, I say.
All war coverage is slop. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Uncancel Russell Brand. We need
Bring him
him.
back, dude. He was the
Champion of
best.
the working class. He was great. He was fucking
the
brilliant.
best.
Oh god, what a nightmare. I can definitely see one of my boomer relatives retweeting something like that without even thinking about the rat, then panicking when I DM you. Okay. Yeah. Boomer amnesty. Agreed. Yeah. The boomers must be forgiven.
God,
Boomerstein.
I'm gonna quick scroll through this page, and it's.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's 90%.
Okay.
Well, it's 100% Twitter-esque posting. You know?
Oh man, Okay. I think we should do the psych study. I wanna play this game with you.
Well, can I nip to Lou real quick?
Yeah. Go on. I need to do a little bit of setup anyway.
Okay. Talk to chat.
Woo! I'll hang out with chat. Hello, chat. This is an excellent opportunity for you to make the fish talk. Hey, money. Because you see, I lost my job, and that means I need money. Money can be exchanged for goods and services, and in particular, the service I would like to exchange my money for is rent. Please pay my rent. In exchange for all this wonderful content that you see here before you, we operate on the generous donations of our fans. Now, you may be asking, Smugbug, don't you receive government grants? Don't you receive a tax incentive or perhaps subsidies in order to create such wonderful free content for the masses? And I have to say, unfortunately, that is not the case. We've been denied every grant that we have sent in as an application to the government. In fact, they have told us to stop sending anything into them, even when we put big biohazard markers on it to try and get their attention. So, given that case, I need money. Give me money, please. The fish talks. He's a lovely fish. He does his best work when he's speaking. He speaks the words that you send, plus money. Add money to the words, and the fish will say words with money. Money. Please, money? Money. Also, like the stream. While liking the stream, pull out your credit card. Did they find your internet persona and fire you, or did ChatGPT take my job? They brought in an American president, and he is basically like slicing heads. Yeah, it's pretty rough. There's quite a few people are getting nuked. I think I get the sense that a lot of it is happening. People with either people who are useful to scapegoat or people who have like decent political capital. Obviously, it's all in the name of efficiency, but they've basically been cutting people who are too expensive. I think I was getting paid quite well, and I think they probably just did a fucking sort by salary and just started like nuking people. So yeah. Ugh. I'm gonna see where Wiz is.
Hey, what's going on, chat? How you been? What's new with you? What's going on here? Hey, Nessie. What's going on? Where's Smug gone? Oh, there you go.
Where'd you go? Oh, you're there. Oh, cool. Here. Sorry, I went under to try and I was trying to look for you. Yeah, you went to the bathroom, so I was just following you. Good job. Come to the fish. Come to the fish.
Come to the fish.
Come to the fish.
Make the fish come. $5.
Come to the fish. Come to the fish. Edge for the comedy.
Ow.
Whatever. The podcast. Edge for the fish. Come to the podcast.
Yeah, donate for Nessie.
The rat is at best dubious and doesn't take away from. No, the rat is fucked. The rat is insane. Like look, I hate the Jews as much as anyone else, but the rat is very clearly anti-Semitic. Okay, like. There's no other explanation. If they gave any explanation, I would be okay with it. But the fact is, it is true that the BBC is deflecting by focusing too heavily on the signifier rather than the message. But why randomly add the signifier to your message except to exactly. You are signaling. You're signaling anti-Semitism.
Which sucks because it's completely needless. There's no reason to do that. There's literally none.
Yeah, it was probably fine content without the rat. Very weird. All right.
You gonna psychologize me now?
Yeah. Okay. So, I've been looking into, as I often do, the negative impacts of AI on culture, academia, education in particular. And I came across a study that made me realize that maybe it's not AI's fault, and maybe Americans just lack sapience.
They can't help
I
themselves?
thought it would be fun. Yeah, I thought it'd be fun to run the little study on you and see how well you do. And then we'll compare you to the average American English major student. So these are people, seniors even, in English literature. These are, in theory, highly educated American pupils of, you know, prestigious
I'm highly
institutions.
educated as well, dude.
Yeah, clearly, yeah. Was that a bloop? Did you hear a gloop? I heard a gloop.
No, you're
I heard a
mentioning.
gloop. Okay. Sorry, I thought it might be Nessie. I'm training at a new job that I'm 98% sure won't exist in 3 years when they get an AI solution. Have fun! Well, the good news is that AI is actually making everyone so stupid that corporations will probably end up backlashing when they realize they've accidentally made... A really good example of this is Klarna. Klarna replaced a shitload of their staff with AI, and now Klarna is collapsing, and the CEO has basically, like, openly said, yeah, it was a massive fucking mistake for us to rely so heavily on
Explain
AI.
what Klarna is.
Oh, sorry, Klarna is like a loan solution. It's that meme of, like, paying in installments for your burrito on Uber Eats, right? Like Klarna, you can basically pay in installments for anything,
Yeah, but for
0%
dumb
interest.
things.
Yeah, for like an iPhone or like a burger, or like you could get anything basically. Anything on Amazon, you can Klarna pretty much. Yeah, you basically just pay in like whatever 12 installments. So that way you can conspicuously consume and accumulate debt without the same regulatory infrastructure of like a credit card. Yeah, it's not good. But, you know, the good news is that Klarna is collapsing because obviously everyone is not paying back their Klarna loans. And when they collapse, they'll sell off the debt to debt collectors, and those debt collectors will probably accept like 20 cents on the dollar. So everyone will have made money except the investors. Yeah, honestly. It's kind of similar to like the subsidies that we used to enjoy from like Uber Eats, Deliveroo, Uber really. You know, investors just dumping money in to like burn all of their competition to death. And then they end up collapsing because there was actually never a sustainable model underneath it. Okay.
Yeah.
So Wiz, I'm going to send you a passage, okay? And what I would like you to do is you're gonna read out each sentence.
You do know I'm dyslexic.
And then we're going to have a... Yes, I know. This is why it's going to be funny.
Yeah.
You're going to read out each sentence, and then I'm going to ask you like a couple of questions. We'll have a little chat about what the sentence means, and at the end, we'll compare you to how well the Americans did. How about
nice.
that?
Are you gonna put the thing up? Do you need to send me the thing?
Yes. I think probably. I'm just gonna send you the text for now, and then we'll go through the paper afterwards. Okay, here you go. So I want you to do this one line at a time. So I'm going to separate them into sentences, and then we'll just go through each one. Okay. So I want to keep this very, very simple for you.
You can send me them as images, please, so I can show them on stream.
I'm sending the messages. Relax. Oh,
Okay,
it's images. Oh, no.
Because you're clever. Because you got this.
You don't need to put them on screen. You are going to read them out to chat, and then you're going to comprehend them.
We'll have them on screen.
Okay, fine. I'll send you the image as well. But like, okay, fine. There you go.
Should I take a screenshot of this and just show it?
No, it's fine. Here you go. Okay.
Oh no, dude! I can't show that on stream here. Let me get this up.
Why?
Let me sort this out.
That's why I sent it to you like this. Oh, you see what I mean? Okay, whatever. Idiot. Okay.
That's way easier.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so I want you to do this line by line, okay? And then we're gonna have a little discussion at each of the lines, okay? I'm gonna serve as the facilitator here. And we'll just have a little discussion about your understanding of what's happening. Now, I want to make clear, okay? During this process, you have full access to any tools you might need, okay? So what that means is, if you need to look up a word, you can look up a word. You can Google a word, okay? Is that right?
Okay. Give me a second. Let me just get.
Okay, great. So if you're confused, if there's a word you don't understand, if you need to, you're allowed to Google it, okay?
Yippee!
All right.
Okay.
read out the first line.
London, Michaelmas term lately over, and the Lord Chancellor sitting in Lincoln's Inn Hall.
Okay, what does this mean?
It's set in London. Michaelmas term lately over. Time of year? It's like...
Okay.
It's like, oh yeah, Michael not last. Michael, it's like Christmas. It's or that person's lately over. Fuck knows. And Lord Chancellor is sitting in Lincoln's Inn Hall. Some bloke with a nice fancy title is sat in a lovely little pub.
Okay. Next line.
Impalpable November weather.
Mm-hmm.
Shite.
Yep, fair enough. Next line.
As much mud in the streets as if the waters had newly retired from the face of the earth, and it would not be wonderful to meet a Megalosaurus 40 feet long or so, waddling like an elephant lizard up Holborn Hill? Holborn?
Yeah. Holborn? Yeah, that's fine. This isn't about your pronunciation. This is just. So what is this? What
It's fucking. Mean? I'm up to my fucking shins in shite.
That's anything else?
Yeah, he's waddling like he's got a fucking stick up his arse because he's fucking slumping through that fucking mud and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Who's waddling?
Me. I'm waddling.
You're waddling. This is.
Or is this the same passage? Or are these sentences individual?
These are the same. This is all the same passage. So these come one after the other. Yeah.
Okay, so, then the Lord's Michaelmas he's finished work. The weather's fucking shite, and he's up to his knees in horrible thick mud that's making him walk like he shat his pants.
So the Lord Chancellor is the one waddling up the hill?
No, Michaelmas is. He's just finished work.
Okay. Let's have a look at the next line.
Smoke lowering down from chimney pots, making a soft black drizzle with flakes of soot in it as big as full-grown snowflakes. Gone into morning, one might imagine for the death of the sun. There's so much fucking shite in the air, it's dark as fuck out here, bro.
Okay.
It's fucking polluted as fuck, man. Is this Dickens?
This is Dickens, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Smoke layering down chimney pots. Yeah, pollution for the smoke pipe. It's in fucking London. The snow's so fucking the soot's so fucking huge and thick and evil that it's as big as snowflakes, you know. And one might imagine it's so dark. It's the earth is depressed.
Okay, lovely. Next line.
Dogs undistinguishable in mire, horses scarcely better, splashed to their very blinkers. Yeah, they're all fuck up. They're all up to their shited muds. You know, it's like they're in so much shite and mud that it's up to their fucking eyeballs. You know.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Cool. Anything else, or you want to move on?
Well, no, you can the mud's so fucking deep you can't even tell it's a dog.
Okay, nice.
You know, you're like, fuck, what's that? It's a fucking dog, but it's that deep. Foot passengers jostling one another's umbrellas in general infection of ill temper and losing their foothold at street corners. Slipping and sliding, bitches. When tens of thousands of other foot passengers have been slipping and sliding since the day broke.
Yeah!
This day ever broke.
You got it.
Yeah, it's so fucking dark, it's so fucking muddy, adding new despots to the crust upon crust of mud, sticking at those points and tenaciously in the pavement, accumulating the compound interest. Yep, and the mud's getting fucking holes and shit in it from their little umbrella spikes and footballs and falling over their foots and falling and slipping, and it's so dark and they don't know where the fuck they're going, so there's no fucking clear fucking pathway because they're all just fucking sludging through the sludge.
Okay. Anything else you want to add in terms of like across the whole passage? Like, is there anything that you?
Yeah, he's on his way. He's basically on his fucking way to dinner. You know, he's finished work. He wants to get there, but it's so fucking dark and shite, and it's horrible, and there's mud everywhere, and he just wants to fucking get. He just want to get fucking in. He's depressed. He's got depression as well. Probably isn't paid enough. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right, you did it. Good job. Do you want to know how well you did?
How well I do?
Yeah, not great.
What?
No, you did okay. You made a major mistake, which is that Michael must term. It's weird though because you got it right.
Michaelmas is the guy.
No, you got it right initially. You said Michaelmas term is like a time of year like Christmas or whatever. Yeah, it's a Christian holiday in September. So you got it right initially.
He was getting out of work. He was leaving work.
But also, the Lord Chancellor isn't going anywhere. The Lord Chancellor is not the subject. I know.
Just
the Lord
looking at the
Chancellor is not
fucking
the
window?
subject. Yeah, he's sitting in Lincoln's Hall, and then we
Watching
kind of
everyone.
dive down without a subject. Yeah, exactly. We're looking at we're looking at everyone. So what's interesting is that you got it right, and then as you read more and more, you kind of made false connections that weren't there. Like
Well, at first I didn't think.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were linked at first, and I think that threw me through a loop.
Yeah, which is
Trying to read without context. That will always fuck you up.
That's fair enough. Yeah, for sure. But I think you did fairly well. I mean, like you were able to understand what was literally being evoked. You saying that he was waddling is not quite right. Like the Megalosaurus, you know, the metaphorical Megalosaurus that's churning up the mud is waddling like an elephantine lizard up Holborn Hill. The idea I think is more evoking like the prehistoric Jurassic
I used to
style
work
of
in
like
Holborn.
oh really? It's so fucking churned up that it basically looks like pre-industrial, prehistoric is kind of the vibe that's being set there. Dogs in undistinguishable in Maya, yeah, you got that all right. Foot passengers jostling one another's umbrellas. Could maybe go into a bit more detail on like the general infection of ill temper, the umbrellas, but this is fine, right?
Yeah.
This is what I would have expected from you, someone who is literate, fairly well read, but ultimately, in terms of
I've also experienced this in real life when I lived in London.
Yeah, you also
wrote
did live
this.
in London. and of course you are Charles Dickens himself. So
Yes,
obviously
yeah.
you have some advantages here. You are of course the Dickens. Now, this is from a study where they basically took 85 people from American universities who were English majors.
I definitely get points for recognizing the author.
Yes, yeah, definitely. No. To be clear, you did fine. You did great. You did not do what I would personally expect. You didn't do as well as what I would expect someone like a senior English literature major to do, right?
Okay.
However, this study looks at 85 English majors across American universities and found that essentially all of them are so illiterate that their understanding of this passage is basically nonsensical, deranged, and like terrifying. These are people who have been in English literature for fucking years. So what I'm going to do now
Is because they just
is we're going to
study
look at
American classics? Is that the issue?
Well, this is the thing. They cannot read, dude. They can't read. The Americans cannot read. That sample size is trash. You're trash. Shut up. You don't know how studies work. You've never done anything. You are useless. Die.
But I'd argue. I'd argue. Like someone like Cormac McCarthy is a lot harder to read than this.
Yeah, this is not a high-level text, right? Well, it's somewhat.
Well, Cormac McCarthy doesn't even use punctuation. This has sentence structure.
Jesus, yeah. Yeah, it's also beautiful. I should read some Dickens actually, because that was really lovely. It's a really good passage.
It was great.
Okay, I want to look at. So first of all, if we look at the data, I'm now going to ship you the. I'll ship you the actual study. You can open that up, and if you want to just scroll down. Quickly you can search for reading score range if you want and see the table.
Oh Jesus.
So basically 4% of them achieved the level that they were expected to achieve for their standard of education. 4%. So of the 85 people, there were 3 or 4 people who were able to read this to about a level as competent as what you were just able to do, which is terrifying. These are English literature.
You mean understand
students.
it, not read it,
No, as in interpret it and explain what it means in any sense, with any degree of fidelity, accuracy, anything. So if you scroll down, tell you what, scroll down to problematic readers, and then we'll start. I'll read out some of the horrifying results because they beautifully. Okay, so scroll down a little further to the dialogue. They give you the recordings. They type out what actually happened, which is great. So here we go. Okay. Original text. So this is the first line. London, Michaelmas term lately over, and the Lord Chancellor sitting in Lincoln's Inn Hall. Subject. I don't know exactly what Lord Chancellor is. A person of authority, so that's probably what I would go with. Sitting in Lincoln's Inn Hall, which would maybe be like a hotel or something. 10-second pause. The student is clicking on her phone and breathing heavily.
Clicking something on her phone? What does that mean? Because you're allowed to look it up.
Well, she's looking
I didn't
something
even
up.
do that.
Okay. I know, I told you could. Okay, so Michaelmas term is the first academic term of the year, so Lincoln's Inn Hall is probably not a hotel. Haha. 16 seconds of breathing, chair creaking, then she whispers, I'm just gonna skip that. The subject was far from alone in her reading process, a situation we explored from a wider perspective. Let's go to another piece of original text. Fog up the river, where it flows among green gates and meadows. Fog down the river, where it rolls defiled among the tears of shipping, and the waterside pollutions of a great and dirty city. Facilitator, okay. Subject, there's just fog everywhere. A few minutes later, fog creeping into the cabooses of Collier Briggs, fog lying out on the yards and hovering in the rigging of great ships, fog drooping in on the gunwales of barges and small boats. Okay, so what do you see in this sentence besides fog? I know there's train? And there's like the industrial part of the city. This is an English major, brother.
It says
this is someone who is
ships.
paying
The word ships is in the sentence.
Extraordinary amounts of money to be at this university to study English literature. Facilitator, okay. Let's go to the next one. Scroll down a little further. Next original text. It gets worse and worse and worse. Okay. Here we go. Scroll up a little bit.
Ooh.
Up to there you go. On such an afternoon, if ever, the Lord High Chancellor ought to be sitting here, as here he is, with a foggy glory around his head. Softly fenced in with crimson cloth and curtains, addressed by a large advocate with great whiskers, a little voice, and an interminable brief, and outwardly directing his contemplation to the lantern in the roof, where he can see nothing but fog. Describing him in a room with an animal, I think? Great whiskers? Facilitator laughs. Subject, a cat?
That's fucking insane.
Note that the subject, who is not accessing any of the concrete... Yeah, I know. Note that the subject who is not accessing... By the way, the study writers go fucking toxic. They are trolls. They're
I know
cruel as
for a
fuck.
fact Americans call beard whiskers.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. Who is not accessing any of the concrete details of the passage, finds a subject, the Lord Chancellor, and one recognizable word, whiskers, and concludes that the character is in a room with a cat. At this point, she does not seem to understand what she is reading, and so she links a few words together to form some kind of response.
Large
Finally-
advocate with great whiskers.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Finally, our subjects with the most challenges relied on commenting, that is, giving personal reactions to the text. This is you react slopping, instead of trying to interpret it. Most of the time, they commented on the mood or difficulty of the passage, and sometimes they generalized so vaguely in a comment that it would be hard to know if they really understood what they had read. Okay, I'll stop you there. What do you take from that passage? I think he's trying to basically give the atmosphere of where things are at the time, trying to build the scene. This subject's comments would be fine were they to have moved from remarking on the scene to translating the specific language in the passage. The subject, however, along with other problematic readers, again, this is the majority of the sample, consistently turned to commentary to avoid translating Dickens' language altogether. 92% of the problematic readers chose this tactic instead of translating at least one sentence in the passage, and 45% replaced interpretation with commentary in 5 or more sentences.
So what did they study on their degree?
The English literature. They are studying
No.
exactly
I
these
mean,
kinds of texts.
what texts would they have studied?
Dickens.
No, it can't have been Dickens. Come on.
Brother. They are studying. If you look at the shit that English majors are studying, they are studying things like Dickens. It's not fucking To Kill a Mockingbird. They are studying like depthful passages of literature. They're studying like. This is not. They'll be studying like I don't know, maybe
English
Shakespeare or
literature?
shit like that. Yes, English literature. Yes, their whole thing is studying texts.
There's no way.
Look up the syllabus, bro. This is the thing. So what this means? So there's a few things this means. One, this means
Is
the
it? No.
American.
I think it's like okay. I think what this actually is the way of teaching only teaches you the exact text you're studying then, and not wider reading skills.
I think that's probably true, but also.
Which is a problem in itself. You know?
I think these people kind of lack a sort of agency for critical thinking. Like, they can't even turn their brains on. Like, they actually cannot begin to think about what they're looking at. And as soon as they encounter stress, after 5 seconds of trying, They just go, "Oh, I'll skip that." They get stressed out, and then they build in these coping strategies where that's what they're talking about here. They're talking about the coping strategy, right? They're saying instead of translating it, they just comment on it. They comment on like the meta of it, of how hard the text is. This is what TikTok brain does to you. This is what React Slop content does to you. This is what's happening to your favorite streamer, right? 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, Lonobox was doing fucking complicated video essays. After 2 years of streaming, man's brain's turned to fucking mush. I'm sorry, but he's just a fact machine for Israel-Palestine, and he can't even win a debate against Rob Noir, you know? Like, I'm sorry, but there's no...
See this line here, talking about the Megalosaurus. I thought the implication was...
let me do this one. This is my favorite.
I was going to say, I'm going to give my interpretation.
Okay.
So when I saw Megalosaurus, I thought it was a case of the mud was so deep that you could see dinosaur bones.
Okay, I mean that's not
and then there was also someone
there
was someone walking like it as well, you know?
Yeah, so I think that what he wants to evoke is the idea of it's so fucking deindustrialized. Slop on the ground, you may as well be in prehistoric times, and it evokes this like Jurassic feeling. But the thing is, I think if you said that in this study, they would have been like accepting of that interpretation. Like you could, yeah, that's a valid way of reading it. It evokes the correct feeling, and your mental imagery of it is not wrong. You arrive at the same point just by a different visual, which is fine. That's the intent of the author. This is crazy though.
Yeah.
Okay, beyond their reading tactics, problematic readers were continually challenged by the figures of speech that are woven into the novel's descriptions. 50% of the subjects would ignore a figure of speech altogether and try to translate the literal meanings around it, while 41% would interpret at least one figure of speech literally, even if it made no sense in the context of the sentence. One subject even imagined dinosaurs lumbering around London. As much mud in the streets as if the waters had newly retired from the face of the earth, and it would not be wonderful to meet a megalosaurus, 40 feet long or so, waddling like an elephantine lizard up Holborn Hill. By the way, the key part of that sentence is, and it would not be wonderful. Wonderful as in out of the ordinary, unusual. Yeah. You are in a place where it wouldn't be unusual for you to run into a dinosaur. That's how prehistoric this place looks. Subject, pause, laughs. So it's like, pause... The mud was all in the streets, and we were... No. Pause. So everything's been, like, kind of washed around, and we might find Megalosaurus bones, but he says they're waddling, all up the hill.
Right, so he thought the bones were waddling? Like a skeleton dinosaur?
Yes, the subject cannot make the leap to figurative language. She first guesses that the dinosaur is just bones, and then is stuck stating that the bones are waddling all up the hill, because she can see that Dickens has the dinosaur moving. Because she cannot logically tie the ideas together, she just leaves her interpretation as is and goes on to the next sentence. Like, there's this, like, intellectual laziness of, like, people are totally fine with having the wrong answer and moving on with the wrong answer. There's no interest in, like, building a logical... this is like AI hallucination in human form. It's crazy. Like, people just have no interest in... They want to get through the experience of having to talk.
Name dropping a fucking dinosaur in the 1800s shows how fucking well-read Dickens was.
Oh my god, yeah. Dickens is a fucking legend.
It's unreal the level to which that is a flex. The fact he can also say it's 40 feet long. He knows what the species of dinosaurs is.
Oh my god, he's like, yeah, he couldn't Google that shit. That dude just knew that. He didn't Google it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so sick. British person using British culture to judge foreign populations to call them less sapient. Angry knees, I need you to understand that we are two uneducated people who are talking about fucking English major students. It's nothing to do with Dickens and everything to do with the fact that these people are fucking illiterate. They cannot handle any texts. There is nothing British in this.
More qualified than us.
What's Oh, hold on. I'm looking for the British word in this. Let me find the British word. Okay, let's have a look.
I think it was that Latin dinosaur word.
But that megalosaurus, like...
That's the joke.
It's just
don't
like...
fuck it up.
Okay, sorry. I'm gonna crash out. Okay, Michaelmas term and Lord Chancellor. The point that the reason they introduced that into the text is because they wanted to see if these people had the fucking initiative and agency to look it up, understand it, which is, by the way, a perfectly valid way of reading a text. You're not supposed to know everything that's happening.
You're supposed to build
if you come across
context
a word...
from the passage.
You're supposed to fucking get a definition, yeah. I can't. Okay, waters newly retired from the face of the earth, and it would not be wonderful to meet a Megalosaurus, waddling like an elephantine lizard up a Holborn Hill. Noun! Capitals! You know this is a location! You don't need to know more than that. Smoke lowering down from chimney pots. Do you not have chimneys? Flakes of soot. Small none of these are British words. This is not British colloquialism. The only things that are British are the proper nouns. Angry knees. I'm gonna fucking crash out on you. Holy shit. It's okay if your dumbass was Googling shit for 20 minutes. That's fine. When you read a book,
but also, Smug, I think the important part as well is we don't fucking talk like this in the UK. None of us talk like this in the UK.
This is
it's as
just a
foreign
book.
to us as it is to Americans.
Absolutely true. There's nothing British about Charles Dickens. You're retarded, and I hate you.
Do you know how removed this is from the fucking Scottish lexicon?
Oh god, yeah. Tell me about it. Calm down. Angry literally agreed that this was bad right after. I'm not gonna look at the parts of Angry Knees that agrees with me. I'm just gonna yell at the parts where she disagrees
Do you think a
with
Scottish
me.
person has ever said the word waddling?
Yeah, well, I mean,
especially in the
I know
1800s.
lots of Scottish people who waddle. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
we just call you
Scottish
bow-legged.
waddlers. Bow-legged.
Okay. Do you know what? Sorry, Smug. I'm gonna have to.
Sorry, yeah.
Bring up some.
Oh, don't fuck me too hard. Nice Lego Dream search results there,
Thanks,
buddy.
Dude. Let's get a wee poem up. Let's see what.
I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
Okay, let's read this because this is the exact same time period as Dickens, right? This is what.
Oh, do you want to
people
play?
were speaking in
do you want to
Scotland.
play this on me?
Yeah.
Why don't you do this one on me, and we'll see if I look like a retard this time. This is your deserved revenge, okay? Because this is
I don't know
Scottish
how
shit.
good I am at interpreting Burns. Let me get one that I will get.
I have no idea. I've never seen this. Or pick a hard one.
Okay, here we go.
I will say, like, my understanding of poetry is such that you need to read it like 15 times to get all the value out of it. But we'll do our
This
best
is more just the type of language, you know.
Okay, sure.
So this one, go. Okay, what's the? You can say it as well and see if how your pronunciation is.
Oh, do you want me to? Okay,
Because I can read this, but I don't always understand it.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it in Scottish. I'm not gonna do it in a Scottish accent. Okay. Oh, wert thou in the cold blast on yonder lea, my plaidie to the angry earth. I'd shelter thee. Oh, did misfortunes, better storms, around thee blaw. Thy bild should be my bosom, to share it all. I don't know what a lee is, so I'm gonna look up lee. Cold blast is probably cold blast. An area of grassy or arable land. Okay, cool. So so you were in the cold blast on yonder meadow. My plaidie to the angry earth. Would plaidie be a kind of clothing?
Yes, plaid.
Plaidie. Strip of cloth. Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought so. And an ert. That's funny. Ert was in the Dickens as well.
Yes, it means wind, like air.
Okay, cool. Oh,
Eert.
cool. Okay, my plaidie. Okay, so holding your right. So holding your plaid to the against the wind, basically. I'd shelter thee. Oh, he's sheltering.
I used my clothes. I'd give you my coat to keep you warm. You. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sweet. Okay. Oh, this is pretty actually. I like this. Or did misfortunes bitter storms around the blaw? I don't know what a blaw is. So I have to look that up.
Come on.
Well, blowing, as in blowing.
Blow.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, okay. Sorry. I guess cold. Well, cold blast I figured out, but okay, blow. Okay, around thee blow. Right, so the bitter storms blow around you. Thy beald should be my bosom. I don't know what beald is. What is a beald? Beald is a Scots word for shelter. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it means like house,
your shelter,
like a build.
Your shelter. Oh, your shelter will be my bosom. So like he's gonna shelter you in his chest. That's cute. To share it all. Okay, to like share it with you.
Right, to share it all.
Or were I in the wildest waste, saw black and bare, day black and bare.
Now this is a very strange thing, and black just means bad.
I know, I do know that. Yeah, actually, because I've heard about the black. I've heard about the black bitch.
Yeah.
You know that pub. There's a pub in Scotland that was like cancelled for being called the Black Bitch.
If you didn't like someone and you're from the West Coast, you call them a black bastard.
Yeah, black. You black bastard. Yeah, I've heard that.
That just means like they hate you.
Yeah. Or were I in the wildest waste? Saw black and bear. Say black and bear. What's say? Is it the same as?
I think it's like to look at, to say, or to speak. Sorry, to speak. So it's to look and then to say. Oh no, it says
translates to sow. It says it translates to sow in Scots language. So saw black and bear, sow black and bear. That's what he's saying.
He's emphasizing. He's putting emphasis.
Right. Yeah.
It's there was no black people in Scotland. This is Scotland in the 1800s.
the desert were a paradise. If thou wert there.
Like you'd make anywhere nice.
Yeah. Or if I was king of the world, were we they to reign, we thee to reign. Oh, with you to reign?
Yes.
With you to reign. Right, to rule over. The brightest jewel in my crown would be my queen. But okay, so you would be the brightest jewel in my crown, even if I ruled the entire world. If I had the entire world, you would still be the most beautiful thing in it. That's sweet. I like that. That's lovely.
Scotland didn't have slaves in Scotland, Spore.
No, they just did a lot of shipping.
Gaelic's a lot older than... Black was predates, like slaves.
Interesting.
You know?
Yeah. Okay. So I think I can handle that. I mean, like that's pretty straightforward. It's not
but this is just a comparison of like language, you know.
Yeah. This is sure. But what I was demonstrating there is like I was just quickly looking up things I didn't know to like get a sense of the context. That's how you read poetry. You don't have to be intimidated by not knowing a word. You just look it up and get some context. Oh fuck. Okay. Here we go. All right. Then horn for horn, they stretch and strive. They'll take the hindmost on they drive. Till their wheel swalled kite spell leave are bent like drums. Okay, so I most of these words I don't know. The vibe I'm getting is ship with like hindmost or maybe a wagon. Till their wheel swall. A swall is like a squall. Kites believe. Then old glideman meist like to rive. Bethank it Homs. This is another language. Jesus, I'd have to check. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, hold on. Is there that oe?
I've not looked at both these in
ragu, or olio that wad star sow? That's a pig. Or fricassee. Okay, so he's cooking. Right. So what? Okay, so he's cooking.
Do you know what this is?
Okay.
Do you want to even give me the context of this?
Then hold on, I'm trying to figure it out. They'll take the hindmost on their drive. They'll take the ones at the back on their, the ones at the behind on their drive. On their drive, like a wagon drive, like a convoy. Till their wheel swalled kites believe. Believe. It's believe.
Okay.
Are bent like drums.
Do you want me to give you the context? Because you were kind of right.
Yeah, help me out here.
This is the address to the haggis from Burns Night. So this is a traditional poem about, like you say this before you have a haggis supper, basically, right? And it's basically saying like until you're so full. It's all about you're so full, your stomach's massive, your belly's swollen, you know, it's bent like drums. That's awesome. You're writhing.
Your hindmost, your ass. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's great. That's very cool. That's very funny.
You know.
Wow. Very cool. So yeah, let's go. Do you want to go back to the? We'll do one. There's a little bit more of.
But we'll this is my point. This is the counter to like Americans not fucking.
Yeah.
Being able to understand a text. This is the fucking counter, all right? Because even Smug could understand that passage was somewhat about food. Yeah,
that's adorable. That's adorable. Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's still a thing back then. That's cool. Yeah. Okay. So if you want to scroll down to so we got this. Yeah. The waddling bones.
Yep.
Oh, and here's the part where it gets. Stay here because this is because it's still their commentary is so fucking brutal. It's terrifying. Okay.
Yeah.
Most of the problematic readers were not concerned if their literal translations of Bleak House were not coherent, so obvious logical errors never seemed to affect them. In fact, none of the readers in this category ever questioned their own interpretations of figures of speech, no matter how irrational the results. Worse, their inability to understand figurative language was constant. even though most of the subjects had spent at least 2 years in literature classes that discussed figures of speech. Some could correctly identify a figure of speech and even explain its use in a sentence, but the correct responses were inconsistent and haphazard. None of the problematic readers showed any evidence that they could read recursively or fix previous errors in comprehension, so they never go back and correct themselves. They are hallucinating like AIs. They would stick to their reading tactics.
Yeah, you'd think you'd give multiple interpretations of the same sentence, you know?
Right? I'm like,
because that's what you did. When you looked at that poem, you brute forced like 3 different interpretations. You know?
Is it this? Is it that? Is it that? And then I looked for additional context around it. I was like, oh, it's food based. Okay, there's something. Yeah. Why would all the problematic readers be so sure they could read the rest of Bleak House on their own when they had such trouble understanding the first 7 paragraphs of the novel? According to their responses at the end of the reading tests, many subjects in the category defined reading Bleak House as skimming the text and relying on Spark notes. That would be they're saying their final like okay. The American academic understanding of reading is to skim a text and then look at someone else telling you what it means. Also, never to actually go through the process.
Just for some context here, so this book here, Bleak Hill, is 50 years divorced from this poem.
Damn.
That's the only difference, basically. So
I'm bad at history. Is Dickens before or after?
After, but not by much.
Okay.
About 50.
Not by a whole lot. Okay. I mean, they had overlapping lifespans.
Yeah, Dickens was like. I think this book came like in the 1850s. You know.
So like.
I haven't read this. I've never heard of Bleak House. I had to look it up.
Yeah, every bit they've mentioned of Bleak House in this has made me want to read it because it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? The title alone, Bleak House, is incredible.
It's also sick. Yeah,
but I've never heard of this Dickens novel.
Good, Charles Dickens, great thumbnail, great title. Whoa.
Where's minimum wage fund?
Will retire.
The chat will return one day. Austerity measures. Okay, listen, guys. We are running a sensible pond. Okay, we need to get the balances booked. We need to get the budget balanced. There we go.
Yep,
we need to get everything back in balance. Okay, we've been left a fiscal and monetary mess. Okay, 15 years of pond rule. So unfortunately there will be austerity measures in place. We cannot afford Twitch. We cannot afford chat on screen. You know, eventually we might be able to build up the economy again such that we can have these luxuries. But for now, unfortunately, we're gonna have to make do with what we've got. Okay, we will build back better.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah, so the Spark Notes thing makes me fucking that is the Bleak House, honestly. 35% would rely heavily on Spark Notes to understand the basic meaning of the text. I've never seen Spark Notes in the UK. I've never seen the equivalent of Spark Notes. I've never touched it.
Not just Spark Notes? I thought it was a website.
Oh, maybe it is a Spark. Maybe it's a website. I
remember I had Great Gatsby in school as one of my books for my English exams, and I never read it, and I got an A on my English
using
lit
Spark
test.
Notes. That's crazy. That's fucked up. Yeah, I did English lit in A levels, and which is like our equivalent of like college, I guess.
I did.
Like the 2 years sort of before university.
I did lit lang for A levels.
Right. And maybe I just had a good teacher, but I never used Spark Notes or anything. We would go read it, and then I would come back to class, and I would be like, "What the fuck was that? Like, what's that mean?" And they would like he was really great. He would just like talk you through it and he would make us stare at the same poem for like 3 hours. I remember I had this like formative experience where I was reading Sailing to Byzantium by Yeats. Is what's still one of my favorite poems. And I read it the first time, and I was like, this is fucking bullshit. This makes no sense. This is fucking garbage. What is this bullshit? I was like probably 15, 16. I was like, this is some bullshit. Fuck this. And this motherfucker forced us to stare at it 2 lessons. It was a double period for 2 hours. He made us stare at it, and he just wouldn't let us go or do anything else except look at it and read it over and over and over again. I remember reading it a second time, and I was like, this is fucking bullshit. I can't believe we're just gonna sit here. It's so fucking boring. I read it a third time, and then I picked out like one little thing. I was like, huh, I guess that means something, but what is that? And then I read it again, and I got like 1% more, and I read it again, and I got 1% more, and it's like my brain fucking unfurled, and I was like, holy fuck, you can read the same thing 10 times and like feel out more and more and more of it, and like I was like, I was still developing brain. And that I think that was honestly, that teacher got me like my media literacy. Like he got me the ability to like care about unfurling a text.
I was
such a
for the longest time.
That's my favorite poem, honestly.
Like bottoms at English, really fucking bad at English, right? Like I was like C's, D's on every English paper ever, and for some reason I don't know why I ended up taking it as an A level, right? So like at the higher level for high school or whatever the fuck. And I don't know why it clicked, but suddenly like in the first term of like A level English, I realized I could just make up whatever the fuck I wanted.
Yeah.
And as long as I could say why, it was valid. And I went from being a C/D student straight A's.
You learned how to bullshit, which is kind of
I learned how to bullshit, but I feel like I also learned how to think. You know, I thought there was a correct answer. I realized there wasn't, and everything's a correct answer. You know.
I remember my teacher, same guy. I think he kind of conveyed this to us once by. I think you know what he did? He did a critical reading of the lyrics of a Daft Punk song. It's the one that goes, "I'm up all night to have fun. I'm up all night to get lucky." Yeah, it's get lucky, right? Or lucky, whatever it's called. He pulled up the lyrics and he was like, "Look, you can do this with anything. You can do this with like the latest cool pop songs." And then he pulled up Daft Punk lyrics, and he was kind of like interpreting it himself, and he was just kind of giving his own bullshit reading. He was like, think about the kind of person that you would end up with if you were up all night to get lucky and you found them at 4 a.m. and like the lights are coming up. Like this guy's not actually getting that lucky. Like he's scraping the bottom of the barrel at the club to get this guy to get this chick. And I was reading that, I was like, oh yeah, I guess I never really thought about the lyrics in that way. And he was like, it doesn't really matter. He was like, but that's an interpretation. You can kind of you can read into things and sort of add your own meaning to it. And that's part of the value literature. He was such a good teacher.
So part of my like A level whatever is I had to do a creative writing piece, and there was this poem, you know, like Carol Ann Duffy, the poet.
I might recognize.
She does like feminist twists on classic fairy tales, right? So for
Carol
example,
Ann Duffy. Yes. Sorry, I thought it said Carolyn. Yeah, Carol Ann.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, I do know. Yes.
She does like a Red Riding Hood where it's about like a lover's quarrel sort of thing, and how like like the what's it called, the big bad wolf is a predatory older lover, right? And I thought it'd be really funny for my creative writing piece to do a response to that, but from the POV of the wolf being a massive scumbag. like being like a creepy old man. And I wrote it and I thought it was the funniest fucking thing. I submitted it and I got full marks.
That sounds great. Yeah, that sounds awesome. That sounds literally
I got
great.
full criteria, and I thought like in my head I was just being like a shithead.
Wiz, you know what you wrote?
The Incel Manifesto?
No, you wrote You. Have you seen You?
Yes, yeah.
You wrote You. You just
He's just like a
You.
murderous psychopath pedophile, you know?
Yeah,
like,
literally. Yeah. By the way, I don't care what anyone says.
But I was like, right,
okay,
just
You
like
awesome.
yeah, she was asking for it in her little red dress. Like,
yeah, that's fucking great. That's fucking awesome, dude. That's so fucking cool.
God, I love that English class. I mean, that's where I played, and I'm not even kidding, 1,000 hours of Binding of Isaac.
That's great, dude. That's awesome.
She never used to check what I was doing on my laptop, and I could just bullshit. She'd ask me, she'd try and catch me out all the time, be like, what does the green lights mean in Great Gatsby? And I'm like, it means money. You know, it's an area of affluence that he wants to have. You know, the green light is the green light of money he's attracted to. Because as being old money, never read Great Gatsby. Because he's new money, he'll never get the green light of old money, and it'll be something he'll always try to pursue.
Very cute. I bet you were getting more media literacy by interpreting the lore of Binding of Isaac than
for
you were
for sure.
The Great
I was learning
Gatsby,
about
actually.
Bible.
Like that shit was that shit's way deeper actually.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh god. Okay. All right. Let's round off this study because it's it's too depressing to settle on for too long. We're nearly done. Okay. Oh god, I'm gonna feel sick. Okay, it's fine. These are just because this is so depressing. Well, hold on. We will in a second. That'll make me feel better.
Okay.
These subjects seem to use outside sources as the main way to understand what they could not comprehend on their own. As one subject said, if I was to read this bleak house by itself and didn't use anything like Spark Notes, I don't think I would actually understand what's going on 100% of the time. Even those subjects who did not mention relying on outside sources usually equated active reading with some type of skimming. For example, one subject said she would read Bleak House by skimming through most of the novel and reading only certain passages in detail. Several of the problematic readers in this category admitted that they successfully used skimming and Spark Notes to read Jane Austen's novels and Shakespeare's plays in other... Yeah, see? Jane Austen and Shakespeare.
How the fuck do you understand what's going on?
They don't! They just pass the tests! That's it! That's all they need to do!
Jesus.
They just get told what the answer is and
That's
they
why they were
regurgitate
Great
it. They never
Gatsby.
develop. That's why I think I'm beginning to think that Americans that went through the education system in the last like 10 years may not have sapience or humanity. I'm reaching my limit, dude. I'm reaching my limit. I swear to God, I'm starting to not see them as human. It's really bad. The competent readers in our study, who constituted 38%. Okay, this is competent. All right.
Yeah,
We're better readers than the problematic group, but by the way, competent just means like not at the level that they should be for education, but like a level where they could understand the basics of what was going on. Some looked up definitions. 35% were able to look up a definition, and then Jesus. 35% of the competent people had the capacity to look up a definition and then use that word
you just
correctly.
type the word in.
Yeah, but they weren't able to link it to the fucking sentence it existed in.
Oh, they couldn't apply it to the context?
Yeah, they understood about half of the literal prose in the passage. These are the competent readers. The competent readers understood half. They also could recognize more figures of speech. Some were able to, for example, interpret the meaning of Dickens's similes, and some could just guess that certain words like fog might be symbolic. I actually ran this on Ladybug, and she did a very good job of kind of looking at the fog as like symbolizing a bunch of shit. Because these readers had a grasp of the generic meaning of most
symbolizes
sentences.
cloudiness.
They could. Yeah, I think the real intent of Dickens is, which is not something I would have got without reading more of it, was something like the fog is meant to be like the fog of bureaucracy, the fog of this like kind of the blindness of the rich to what's happening at the poor. You know, the Lord Chancellor looking up at the roof and there's just a lantern in the fog, but like you can't see the ceiling. He literally can't see like the building he's in because the fog is so bad.
Oh, hi, Bambi
the results
here?
were not all good. Oh.
I mean, Bambi is here.
Competent readers were not active in their practice. 96% would define words incorrectly, and 46% would just skip words they did not understand. Essentially, they were comfortable in their confusion, and I think this is such a critical phrase for the American mind.
Why are you guys naked? Because we're in a hot tub. It'd be weird if we're doing it in clothes.
We're in a bath, bro.
And also, the fish is in Charles Dickens' hat because we're looking at Charles Dickens and how Americans can't read good.
Nice work, dude. Bringing that around. If they became lost translating a sentence or a figure of speech, they would often just make an arbitrary guess or skip that section and move on. In the following example, the subject seems to want to breeze through the translation quickly and has to be reminded to translate by the facilitator. Okay. So they go through the Michaelmas term thing again. Before you go on, I'm going to ask you to kind of explain, oh, okay, what you read so far. Okay. Two characters, it's pointed out, this Michaelmas and Lord Chancellor, described as sitting in Lincoln's Inn Hall. Okay. Talk about the November weather, mud in the streets, and I do probably need to look up Megalosaurus.
No fucking way.
Meet a Megalosaurus 40 feet long or so. So it's probably some kind of an animal or something or another.
They couldn't tell it was a dinosaur? What? That's fucked up. That can't be real.
Wandering like an elephantine lizard up Holborn Hill. So, yup, I think we've encountered some kind of an animal. These characters have met in the street. Yup, I think we've encountered some kind of an animal. These characters have met in the street. They say it twice. Yeah.
That's so strange. They don't know like sauruses or dinosaurs? That's mad.
What? There was something shuffling in the bushes there a second ago.
That doesn't seem likely.
Okay. The subject does not really understand what is happening in the passage and makes guesses that do not help her comprehension. For example, she decides that Michaelmas term is a person instead of a set term, which, to be fair, Wiz understood it initially and then got confused himself later into a similar thing. But you know, Michael has a She also does not look up Megalosaurus
because of other context.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is another thing. I think this is really important. She also does not look up Megalosaurus, though she says she will. That's really interesting. Throughout all of this, these guys are all saying, yeah, I'll figure this out later. Yeah, this probably, you know, yeah, this is fine. This is okay. Like, they signify the attempt at intelligence, but all that matters is them demonstrating that they can do it, but they never actually do it, and so they never learn how to do it. They just say that they're going to be able to do it, and then they never actually bother. Like, they've lost the ability to arrive at any conclusions themselves.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, dude.
Oh my god. She assumes the word means some kind of animal, which ensures that she will not notice the figurative image of a dinosaur walking down a London street. These researchers are fucking brutal. This is the filthiest read I've ever read in academic literature. It's crazy.
It's English snobs. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Because the majority of subjects in the competent category were passive readers, they would probably give up their attempts to read Bleak House after a few chapters. These guys are assholes. They're like, yeah, these are retards, wouldn't make it. They wouldn't cut it. In the reading tests, most of the competent readers began to move to vague summaries of the sentences halfway through the passage, did not look up definitions of the words, even after they were confused by the language. None of the subjects in this group were actively trying to link the ideas of one section to the next or build a big picture meaning of the narrative. Most would interpret specific details in each sentence without linking ideas together, without recursive tactics for comprehension. So I think that means just going back to the start and trying to like build on the context.
Rosie says, do they all have ADHD and are extremely avoidant of stress from trying to read? They're English majors. This is their passion. They chose to do this.
I think this is the average American. I think this is the average person.
No, this is above average. Most Americans don't go to uni.
Sure, you're right, actually. But what I mean is, I think that avoidance of stress and ADHD, they're all addicted to. They all be addicted to their phone and TikTok and Instagram. Like these people have lost the capacity. No, I think there is a.
I think it's being I think a big component of this is not even recognizing when a metaphor is being attempted. That's a lack of quality teaching. That's different to just be addicted to their phone, you know?
Okay, okay, here's my thinking. I think that the lack of skill
memes are
is
a metaphor.
What you said. Yeah, but the lack of skill is what you said. What I'm saying is that the weird panic and like just glossing over stuff and being comfortable in confusion, that's the anxiety-ridden generation generated by being on social media and frictionless entertainment and never being challenged by anything. I think that's what I'm appealing to, as like they are unable to exist in the kind of discomfort that doesn't allow them to instantly understand and process something comfortably. Okay, let me give here's a really good point about this. We've talked about this before on Slop. When you are scrolling a feed, when you're scrolling TikTok or Instagram or whatever, you don't need to critically engage with anything, and most importantly, nothing will ever tell you that you're wrong, right? You will look at a meme and you think you understand it, and then you move on. And you never need to understand the meme.
That is something missing. I think that speaks to the wider trend of like the passivity of education, because a lecturer should correct you when you're wrong.
Sure.
If you're in an English literature class, or even in a high school English literature class, if you fucking read a passage or a sentence and you're asked of your interpretation and it's wrong, the teacher should say, it's wrong, what do you think it is? You know?
Sure, I agree, but I had bad teachers and I still did okay, right? Like I had good teachers as well that truly transformed the way I think, and I think. You know, I think teachers are really important.
I don't think it's a fucking Instagram thing. I don't think this is any worse than any other generation.
Scrolling, dude.
I think they're all like this.
Dude. No,
I think when were Americans better? When were they better?
They were better 15, 20 years ago. They were.
With English?
And I know
with English?
Yes, dude. Before No Child Left Behind, before social media, yes, Americans were more literate. They were reading Catcher in the Rye and To Kill a Mockingbird that had
and killing British pop stars. Because they didn't understand them.
Yeah.
Those are two commonly misunderstood American books.
I understand
Almost
that, but
famous
Americans
for being misunderstood.
I know they're famously. I know, but okay, sure, fine. The students are comfortable coming to a conclusion. They're scared of being wrong. I don't think they're scared of being wrong.
Americans are really catching the rye and understanding it incorrectly.
In academia, yes, I think so. Look. I think that the problem with the scrolling is that as soon as you engage something challenging, you just flick to the next thing, and you never have to exist in any state of confusion or concern or challenge other than angry indignation at something being wrong because it disagrees with you and signifies allegiance to another group. You never have to look at something and understand it, dude.
I don't think that's it. I really don't think that's it.
When do you get an Instagram post that that challenges you in any way? Do you know how many hours people spend on their phones?
But I think that's a symptom. I don't think that's a cause. I think that's responding to a trend. I think there's this huge fear nowadays of being incorrect that wasn't there before. Or being stupid.
I agree that is true, but that's
the
also
response
because
to that is
they
easy consumption content, you know?
I have
that's a response.
Do you know how many hours a day teenagers using social media?
These aren't teenagers, are they though?
These are the people who grew up on social media. These are current generation college students who grew up comfortably in the peak of social media.
I think there's other things going on. I think there's other things going on. I think you're being very reductionist.
They use social media 10 to 12 hours a day. Spore is right. They use social media 10 to 12 hours a day around and in school. 10 to 12 hours a day.
Yep, Angry News makes a good point.
You're cooking your brain.
Yeah, but Angry News makes a good point. Think how much school they missed.
And what were they doing during the pandemic? Social media.
True,
they were scrolling.
But it's also 2 years they didn't have school.
Yes, but that's right. But I think that pushed them towards doing more social media, and we know this because social media use skyrocketed during the pandemic.
The last 2 years of school, that my whole story was like I was a D student of English until the last 2 years of school.
Okay, I'm saying that COVID was an accelerant to the proliferation of social media that cooked everyone's brains.
I don't know why. I don't know where you get this social media shit from.
Jonathan Haidt and a bunch of very, very good studies into teenager behavior, self-reported studies, self-harm, suicidality, mental illness.
What the fuck is a study?
It all kill yourself. All right, let's move on. Love you.
Quant bitch.
Okay. Let's go to the proficient readers. Now, this is the part that makes me sad because they're basically saying these are the people, these are the peak. This is the peak. The peak. Only 5%. 4 of the 85 subjects in our study were proficient readers who could translate most of the literal prose in the passage. Let's have a look at the original text. Okay, jostling one another's umbrellas. This is my favorite passage, actually. I'm going to read it properly.
Okay.
Foot passengers jostling one another's umbrellas in a general infection of ill temper and losing their foothold at street corners where tens of thousands of other foot passengers have been slipping and sliding since the day broke, if this day ever broke. Adding new deposits to the crust upon crust of mud, sticking at those points tenaciously to the pavement and accumulating at compound interest. I think it's my favorite line that I've seen out of these. Subject. This is one of the 4 people who are registered as proficient.
Whoa. Brett's made a very good point here. Ethan Klein was a creative writing student.
Yeah, which is why he's able to manufacture so much fucking bullshit. Subject. And he's talking about foot traffic within the city. I said London first, I didn't say that out loud, but it's taking place in London. He's talking about the foot traffic and how the weather is creating an ill temper between people and everybody's jostling and fighting with each other for a position on streets that are paved. It's not a pavement, it's a mess, so it's not perfectly smooth and level, and so people are slipping and sliding on cobblestone or whatever it happens to be. And he's connecting that with the past and saying how they're just the latest generation of people to be walking and jostling in bad weather through these stones that other people have gone before them and done these exact same things. And it accumulates at compound interest, adding new deposits to the crust upon crust of mud, sticking at those points tenaciously to the pavement. And accumulating, I'm assuming, compound interest means it's interest on top of interest. So it's the mud is growing exponentially, if you will. And that's one whole paragraph right there. Perfectly good read, perfectly valid, not like deeply insightful, just literally capable of translating the prose. No deep metaphorical understanding, just able to get what Dickens is describing. And that's it. This is the peak. This is the best we get.
Yippee!
Yeah, if we come to the end, dropping literacy skills in high school students, they do like a mini discussion
COVID-19?
of like the. Yeah. So have a look. Listen, I totally agree that COVID is fucked everything. I totally agree. But you know my take on the COVID stuff. You jostle on the cement. Well, it's not cement. I think it is just
don't say the
raw
word vaccine
mud.
again, like you do every episode.
I would say with the poems, it's a lot about the emotions. You can vibe with it, aware, and try and describe what is expressed. Even I think so. They need to review these passages on the podcast. We are. What?
We did.
Where are you? What's your? Hold on. Forget reading comprehension. What's your reality comprehension? Where do you think you are, old man?
Comprehension.
What? Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, you know what? I would love if these funny cartoon guys talked about Dickens on their podcast.
No, Brett's talking about H3 podcast. You're reading comprehension.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh,
I got you, Brett.
They
I
said
understand.
Ethan Klein. They said Ethan Klein. I read Ezra Klein because I hate that man so much. I got distracted. That's why I said what I said. I wasn't. I responded as if that was Ezra Klein. That's why I got mad. Ethan Klein's irrelevant to me. I don't even. Yeah. I need you to refer to him as H3 guy. Yeah, the H3 podcast. No, it's okay. Well, you know what? You could just watch the better podcast, which is us. You know, we are superior. Yeah. We are the finest podcasters in the world. We are. I mean, nothing gets past us.
Yep.
Exactly. Nothing gets past us. We identify everything. We're always sure of what's going on. Wait.
What? What's the matter?
It's like a bird. Maybe it's Dispel. I think Dispel was rustling in the bushes there.
Okay.
Weird.
Shut up, Dispel.
Yeah, Dispel, can you? Yeah, what the hell, Dispel? Shut the fuck. Wait, save it for your stream.
Shut your fucking mouth, bitch.
At Dispel_marketable streams. A very fun stream for all the family. Very informative. Flanked by Salty Squid. Another fine streamer. We love our pond critters.
Whoa, Fat Monkey's so right. The fact that it's invoking imagery of dinosaurs and sort of invokes the idea at some point that the street itself will be a dinosaur.
Nessie's behind you guys.
Where?
Why would you lie? I'm gonna ignore every time chat. That's the third time chats. Fool me twice. Shame on me. Once.
Was it a fucking pantomime?
Of the inn of the inn. Fool me once.
Of in the hot
fool me
out.
Twice. Of in of the hot out. Fool me once. That's my bad.
That's what. And I'm not even joking.
I did English literature. Anyway.
Literature.
Yeah, recent studies indicate the students in this study who have trouble reading are not alone. Nationally, many American college graduates are not reaching proficient levels of prose literacy. According to the findings of a report by the blah, 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 1 of every 5 bachelor's degree holders among employed college graduates aged 21 to 65 lack some important skills in literacy. The last ACT report, 2 years after the pandemic, reported the lowest national ACT scores in 30 years. With the average reading comprehension score at 20.4. The newest test scores of middle and high school students also show a drop in skills. So actually, even post-pandemic, middle and high schoolers are also showing a drop in skills. Fuck.
That's rough.
Nationwide, 2 and 3 8th graders are not reading with proficiency according to the National Assessment blah blah criteria. 1 in 3 falls below basic, meaning they have not demonstrated even partial mastery of the comprehension analysis skills expected for their age. Partial mastery. They haven't even done that. Jesus Christ. University Fact 2 will probably see even more students who have trouble reading because today's 8th graders will soon enough be college students. We must ask 2 obvious questions. Why is proficient prose literacy so important? Why does the ability to read complex text matter? If college students can still graduate with good grades, find employment, and earn entry into graduate schools. The evidence from long-term studies reveal that lower literacy skills affect college graduates throughout their professional careers. Blah 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 has been continually testing since 2012. What it formulates as the literacy, numeracy, and problem-solving skills of the working population.
What happened to the idea like, we're the first computer generation, we'll teach ourselves? Remember that bullshit like 10 years ago?
Yeah, but they were all trans, dude. It turned out they were all trans.
They did teach themselves.
They all trans themselves. Yeah, they all became fucking transhumans.
They stared into the abyss and learned too much.
They stared into the abyss and realized they were women.
They stared into the abyss. They're like, that looks like a pussy.
Yeah, I want that. That's me. Wait, that's me. Yeah, okay, so they define people who graduate college with the below level literacy risk becoming malemployed. That is, an employed malemployed goes hard. An employed college graduate who works in a job that does not require the proficiencies associated with a college degree to obtain employment in the occupation. So in other words, they got a college degree, it was worthless to them, and they ended up getting a job that didn't require the college degree in the end. So they just wasted a bunch of time and money for no reason. The malemployed were earning wages only 14% higher than their colleagues with high school degrees, while those employed in the CLM were making 125% more a month. Jesus, than high school graduates.
Whoa.
Holy fuck, it's like a double. Jesus. Okay. So, oh god, this is all gonna get worse because AI actually slops your brain as well. Like every minute you use AI makes you stupider and stupider and stupider. You're gonna end up like these people. Anyone who's using AI, you're all gonna look like these fucking people in 1 year. 1 year of using AI every day will make you look like
You'll
these
never
fucking idiots.
understand the great words of Dickens again. And where would we be without Charles? A little bit of Charles every now and then. He was in the second
high school dropout. I'm catching
actually,
strays. Yeah.
I think he was in the second episode of Doctor Who when it came back to 2005. The Unquiet
Let's
Dead.
not doom. Let's not
With the
doom.
glove.
Let's not doom. And did you not read what I've been reading? Your reading comprehension is in question, motherfucker. What do you mean? Let's not doom. AI is making all of this worse. Okay. Oh my god.
Oh.
Fuck. Sorry.
Fool.
I touched you. I'm
right.
not sure what that was. I touched the moray eel.
Careful, you're not real.
I'm real.
You're just a metaphor. You're my Megalosaurus, whatever the fuck that thing was.
Nice. So I think that there is a broader point I want to make, and it's that liberalism. Everyone, do your little collective groan. It's fine. Yes, get it out of your system. Liberalism.
You're a liberal? You say?
Yes. Liberalism has a tendency to build in systems of growth and progression and metrics that are disconnected from reality. And when we look at the, growing percentage of people who are achieving graduation rates and exams and whatever else, we see this like increasing literacy and we see like general progression over the last 20-25 years in a lot of domains. But then when you unpack the metrics and try and reapply them back to reality, you realize that the numbers that you've been looking at are essentially false realities, false narratives. They're not real. The way that the government essentially measures a lot of this stuff, and then this is not anything new, right? Like, we know that teaching to exam is bad for students, but the problem is that so much of the like metric style of justifying these structures ends up basically masking realities of disastrous consequences that we just have no idea of how to resolve anymore until we can unpack and break down the false metrics that kind of allow you to continue getting away with the absolute travesty of education in America. It's really bad. Liberalism has a tendency to be based on lies.
Yeah, it's so true.
Based on deceit.
Based on stepping on weaker people. Yeah.
Yeah.
My base is weaker based on no.
There's an optional addition to this story, but maybe we don't have time to go through it.
Additional adoption? I need to get some water,
so
dude.
basically, okay. All right, I'll think about whether we do this in the meantime. You head out. You head out, sweetie. What a good boy. Is saying tying funding to results is a corrupting force? Well, yeah. Liberalism has a tendency to fuck your wife. Nodders at the Pondscum Podcast. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We're gonna lose the idiots at AI, and the awakened ones will probably go to jail after going full Mangione. I mean, yeah, we'll have like the AI zombies. I am beginning to feel a potential species divergence in a psychic aspect, and maybe I'm becoming a kind of weird eugenicist or something. But I originally first kind of started noticing it in the pre-20, post-20 populations. By which I mean the people who were on the internet before 2020 and the people who swarmed onto the internet in masses post-2020. Their capacity for like resisting internet like mimetic influence, people who grew up and sort of engaged with the internet before the pandemic forced them online, I think kind of developed in a space that like an evolutionary ecosystem where they became somewhat more resilient. Not everyone, there was the Gamergators and stuff, but somewhat more resilient to like internet memes and conspiracy and all that shit. And then we just put everyone else onto the fucking internet in literally 6 months. The entire world, no, the entire Western world just got dumped onto the internet and was basically told to essentially do the same thing that Tumblr people were, Tumblr, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, whatever people were already familiar with, and they got fucking one-shotted, dude. They got fucking one-shot. They walked in and their brains were blown the fuck out by the psychic waves, by the memetic info hazards, by the cognito viruses. Like, they just got absolutely fucking raped. And ever since I've just like, it feels like there's this like, they're the ones who seem to be a lot more prone to like AI slopification. They seem to have less literacy in terms of internet literacy. And I think they're the ones that are most vulnerable to becoming dumber and dumber and dumber over time due to the content that they're consuming. Sure, yeah. But Smugbuck, you say Lonerbox can't resist? Lonerbox all people? Was Lonerbox is a post-pandemic, he's a post-20, isn't he? Lonerbox was not a terminally online guy before the pandemic, was he?
I don't know. He had fucking YouTube. He had a YouTube channel before the pandemic.
Yeah, but he started up in like the Vosh era, right? That was like, I get, maybe you're right. Maybe he was post-Trump. He was in that. There's this middle ground of like 2016 to 2020 where a bunch of people ended up politically activated, which I guess Lonerbox falls into that category. I mean, the reason Lonerbox's brain has turned to slop is just because he's a reasonably successful streamer, and being in an environment where chat just kind of,
chat rots your brain.
Positive vibes on. Yeah, chat rots your brain. Yeah, it's genuinely a virus. I don't think anyone, like, I cannot think of a streamer that has successfully resisted it. Hassan is brain rotted. Destiny is. Yes, you're right. And the only way you can resist it is to have a inherently antagonistic relationship with your chat, which Limmy does. Yes. Yeah, you have to have this, like, you have to never allow chat to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have to be a tyrant. You have to treat them like bugs. And it's the only way. You have to treat them like they're not human. Yeah. Yeah, he's a WoW player, dude. Let's be real here. Yeah, I guess the opportunities for cognition were limited all along. If he was a WoW player. Oh man. You have to literally not read chat. No, I think the antagonism. I think Wiz is right.
You gotta combat chat. You gotta fight against. You gotta push against it.
Yeah, it has to be a battle. It has to be antagonistic. You cannot, which is why we've imposed austerity measures.
The second you think chat might be right or agrees with you, something bad's happened.
You're fucked. You're doomed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's a really.
If you ever have an agreeable chat, it's death.
You're done. Your brain's gonna rot in 3 months.
If you say a take and they go based, fuck, yeah, it's over, dude.
True. Yeah, I'm so glad that no one ever in chat ever agrees with my takes. That's how I know.
Chat is not your friend. Love you, chat.
No, it should not please. Be. Yeah, chat is a hive mind. Yeah. Yeah, do not bow to the hive mind.
Not my
if the
friend,
hive mind
but the fishes.
Yeah, true.
What was this final piece you had then? What was going on?
So I wanted to look at how academics today, because this is a follow-on. Students are all using AI on every single assignment and doing literally zero work in colleges since ChatGPT 3 came out. And when I say all students are doing this and they're doing zero work, the numbers are, I'm not exaggerating, the numbers are insane. It is literally like the institution of college in America, and I guess most of the Western world probably, has instantly collapsed. Instantly. It's gone forever. They gave everyone a pass your class button that is impossible really in practice to catch, and it's doomed. It's over. My darling wife runs modules. She teaches. She's got essentially she's a lecturer. And she just gets AI Slop every fucking day. Like now that she's just marking AI Slop. It's crazy, and you can't really tell, but you can kind of tell. And the problem is that there's enough plausible deniability that you can't really call it out. Like, of 10 AI Slop articles, maybe one of them is so obvious that you could begin an academic, right? But all the rest are just if you're just translating it back into human speak and just making it kind of slightly shittier to make it look like it's yours, you're still not learning anything just by going through the translation process. assignments were stupid anyway. The real value of the assignments in the reviewing and not the writing. No, it's in the critical thinking you have to do to understand. Oh my god, I hate you. You're an artist. Kill yourself. I hope AI art takes your entire job, Oscar.
It's the thinking before you write.
Nah, fuck him. Wiz, I'm spinning up the stable diffusion backup of Oscar, okay? We're putting all of his puppets into the fucking model, and we're gonna start cranking out fucking freebie axolotl tears left and right. Oscar's just lost his job. I've had the button ready for the last 6 weeks, okay? You're done, mate. You're done. Yeah, we'll see what you think. Yeah, replacing you with AI got him once again, chat.
You peaked. You peaked there.
Damn it! I will peak. Fuck, man. Shit. I'm peeking. Okay. This is a bit of a long article, but I think I wanna we'll skim through some bits and bobs.
Okay,
we will not engage with it critically, okay?
I'm not a robot. Man.
Nice.
Okay, let me format this a bit better.
Yeah, that's right, I'll get you to the... Okay,
Ooh.
I want you to scroll. So if you can control F Sarah, and then the paragraph that starts with the name Sarah.
Sorry, give me a second here.
It's okay.
Give me a second. Okay, so what are you saying? You need control
Sarah.
F Sarah.
There she is. Okay. Right. Oh god. Okay, hang on. We'll start at the bottom of the previous paragraph because that goes fucking hard. STEM student. Okay. We'll do the. Okay, right. 2.5 years later, students at large state schools, the Ivies, liberal arts schools in New England, universities abroad, so that would be the UK, professional schools, community colleges are relying on AI to ease their way through every facet of their education. ChatGPT, they're using chatbots like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Copilot, whatever, to take their notes during class, devise their study guides and practice tests, summarize novels and textbooks, and brainstorm, outline, and draft their essays. STEM students are using AI to automate their research and data analysis and to sail through dense coding and debugging assignments. College is just how well I can use ChatGPT at this point. A student in Utah recently captioned a video of herself copy and pasting a chapter from her genocide and mass atrocity textbook into ChatGPT. Yeah. Sarah, a freshman at Wilfrid Laurier University in Ontario, said she first used ChatGPT to cheat during the spring semester of her final year of high school. After getting acquainted with the chatbot, Sarah used it for all her classes: Indigenous Studies, Law, English, and a hippie farming class called Green Industries. My grades were amazing. It changed my life. Sarah continued to use AI when she started college this past fall. Why wouldn't she? Rarely did she sit in class and not see other students' laptops open to ChatGPT. Have you seen these videos of someone at the back of class taking a picture and every laptop has the fucking OpenAI ChatGPT page up? It's fucking terrifying. It's the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
So I always thought I did better at university than other people because I would just like completely make up what I'd be doing for my essay, and because of that I'd get marks differently, you know?
Right.
Is that still the case with ChatGPT?
What do you mean? Like you would lie, or you would?
No, I'd always present a different argument because I would never follow any templates.
Yes, and I think that gets you better grades because the teacher doesn't really want to dig in too heavily into whether you're right or wrong.
Yeah, that's how I survived uni.
Yeah, I did the same thing, dude. Oh my god, we did the same thing. Yeah, they would be like, it would say
riddled.
The assignment would be something like, you can either use this text or use this text, or bring your own text or something like that. And I would always bring my own. Yeah, always bring your own, because then they're like, well, 100%. It's such a freebie.
Easy win. Always have the lecturer on the back foot. That's where you want to be.
You're about to get fucking cooked by this page, motherfucker. Sarah already considers herself addicted to TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, and Reddit, where she writes under the username, Maybe I'm Not Smart. I spend so much time on TikTok, hours and hours, until my eyes start hurting, which makes it hard to plan and do my schoolwork. Dude, I don't think you talk to people who are 20. They are all this addicted to TikTok. With ChatGPT, I can write an essay in 2 hours that normally takes 12.
Jesus.
Teachers have tried AI proofing assignments.
Well, okay. The way I used to do it, if it took 12 hours, I would write half an hour every day.
Oh, yeah, no, that's insane. I would write it all. If it took 12 hours, I would write it all in 8 hours up to the deadline. Midnight to 8 a.m.
I try. It depends how much I had. Because remember, uni in Scotland's a bit more intense.
It
is.
Is it? I was doing a fucking science. I was doing a psychology degree with research statistics and stuff.
I did 4 years.
I had to run studies.
I got a freaking master's.
So did I. I did 4 years too. Yeah, I did 4 years too.
How long was your dissertation?
What, in word count?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I can't remember. It was a full study. I literally had to go out, do experimentation, get ethical, like everything.
I had 800 participants, and my dissertation was on Lego.
Yeah, but that's a survey. I knew people who had fucking 2,000 participants, and they posted questionnaires on Reddit. Fuck those guys. I went out and did the actual. I had like 50 participants. Well, maybe like.
I think I did 20,000 words.
I had to go out and do 4 hours of fucking in-person testing with every single fucking one of them. I had to rent out labs and like,
Sounds like
get
bad
people to come in and give me
bro.
half their day. No, it was literally an evolutionary psychology
Like
study.
you
Fuck
made
you.
it hard for
Fuck you.
yourself.
Well, yeah, I wanted to do an actual study that was meaningful, not just a fucking gay-ass observational study or a survey. Also, marketing is not a real science.
No, but Lego is.
Yeah, true, actually, true, fair. Yeah, that's engineering, baby. Brian Patrick Green, a tech ethics scholar at Santa Clara University, immediately stops assigning essays after he tried ChatGPT for the first time. I love that. You're a guy who's been a lecturer for 20 years. You use ChatGPT once, and you're just like, oh. So my job is ruined and dead and over. Well, yeah. Oh, you broke it. Oh, you broke it all. It's all gone. Oh, instantly.
Broken.
Like it just turns to ashes in front of him, and he's like, oh, okay. Well, I guess we're going to oral
But
exams. I
imagine
guess we
how
go back to the Stone
clapped.
Age.
If you use ChatGPT to write your entire thing, how clapped are you going to be when you do an exam?
But this is the thing. All you need to do is get ChatGPT. You just ask ChatGPT, I've got an exam on this, this, and this, and this. What are the things I need to memorize and prepare for in order to be successful? And it'll bullet point them for you, and then you just memorize it. You don't need any critical thinking at all. It's just
But I'd make up all my answers in the exam. I'd never study.
Well,
How do you come up with the improv skills? You're in practice. Did everyone just do uni differently to me?
Bro, they're coming out with no skills. No, we did uni the same, and most of my friends did uni similar to us. We are from a generation
I just made it up every time.
that did not. Bro, we're from the generation that was a couple of years before social media truly raped everything. I'm telling you, it's social media. I know we had social media growing up. We had the Snapchats and whatevers, but they hadn't like fully fucking dominated 10 to 12 hours of your day. Were you 10 to 12 hours of your day on your phone on social media every day?
No, I had
from
friends.
like age 12 to same. But it's not just that we had friends, it's that everyone had friends, and no one and we weren't scrolling the algorithmic whatever. Instagram was still, it was social media, but it was still really, it was your friends, right? Facebook feed was still your friends mostly, right? Like no one was on fucking Twitter. I might have been on Reddit when I was 15 and 4chan.
Yeah, I used Reddit, but even that was more reading based, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Reddit was like, oh, you get like articles and like cool, I don't know, like gaming, fucking new release stuff and tech things that you read. Yeah, it was reading. Yeah, exactly. You're still engaging with it critically. And actually, one nice thing about Reddit is that you would get a thing, you would read it, and then you'd look at the comments and you see everyone argue with each other. It kind of forces you to critically decide, well, do I agree with that guy or do I agree with this guy? Like, it kind of makes everything a bit more, obviously it ends up being sycophantic and whatever, democratically bullshit. You know what I'm talking about, right? It at least gives you like an opportunity to.
Reddit's cooked now. Reddit's never not as good as it used to be. Anyone that still uses Reddit, I feel like I want to spit in their eyes and goes like, "Wake up, wake up!
True.
Have you forgotten?"
True. Yeah,
it's been useful. I remember Reddit, it's like headlines would hit Reddit a couple days before they'd hit anywhere else. You know?
Yeah, true.
Reddit, like if something was good, it was the up and coming. And it became less and less relevant.
I would say 6 or 7 years ago is when it became.
It was. 6
or 7 years ago.
I remember at the time it was the most efficient news feed.
Yeah, it was the first. You were first to every story. You were faster than 4chan because 4chan would see a thing, but then they wouldn't realize it was important until it was too late because they just burned it. They called you a fed and burned it all. You know, fucking Tumblr.
Well, just because the upvote system was like perfect for like urgency, getting it in front of people very quickly. You know.
Yeah.
But now it's just slop.
Oh god.
It happened exactly when I went to university. I remember.
Yeah, I think it happened when I was a couple years into work. I think when I started realizing that Reddit was just like slop. It was when they called
there was
out,
definitely it was like it was literally like
Dude,
2016.
I'm telling you, as soon as they got rid of jailbait, it was all downhill from there. It all collapsed. Yeah.
Well, those were people hinging the whole site.
Yeah, it's unfortunately you had to give the super users a bit of pedophilia to keep the good content coming. You know, that was the only way. We had to use teenage bodies to fuel the free news.
Then they stopped using
internet.
Reddit on their good hard drives, their good data servers.
yeah, with the ones with all the cool stories on them. Yeah, it's a shame. Reddit was killed when Our World News was taken over and it got flooded with shit and smut. Maybe I mean, yes, there were super moderators, right? But then Wikipedia has super moderators, and it seems fairly.
Dude, I watched an amazing video about Wikipedia terrorism recently.
Wikipedia terrorism? What? Like
like user terrorism. And the different orgs that like influence it, and the different groups and stuff like that. And it went from like individuals to like fully organized units that are hired by companies to do like Hitman-esque jobs and covering up stories and stuff.
That's crazy. Holy shit.
I think it was called like the cryptids of Wikipedia. It was amazing.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, I might have to look into that. Or you should watch it on your fucking show. Actually, I guess I should watch it on Smug Sunday. Okay, let's keep going. A philosophy professor across the country at the University of Arkansas caught her students in her ethics and technology class using AI to respond to the prompt, briefly introduce yourself and say what you're hoping to get out of this class.
Jesus.
It isn't as if cheating is new, but now, as one student put it, the ceiling has been blown off. Who could resist a tool that makes every assignment easier with seemingly no consequences? After spending the better part of the past 2 years grading AI-generated papers, a poet, philosopher, and Cal State Chico ethics professor has concerns. Massive numbers of students are going to emerge from university with degrees and into the workforce who are essentially illiterate. Both in the literal sense, and in the sense of being historically illiterate and having no knowledge of their own culture, much less anyone else. I didn't even, they will literally be completely divorced from any historical tradition or culture of their own past. They'll have nothing. They'll have no connection. They're atomized and disconnected. They have nothing. They are literally, the only culture they will have
all
is the
memes are just references to older things.
That's true, yeah. But that's the thing, they move so quickly that, yeah.
Nah, and then that's why, holy fuck, I've just been a link.
What?
Have you seen all this weird shit? All scroll no, because it's like South American memes, but it's like tralalelo, tralala, and bombadillo, crocodilo. And it's like memes.
Yes, I've seen that.
Based off fake, false AI premises, because there's no culture there. It's not referenced to anything. It's hollow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But it's treated like it was a meme that's a reference to something else. That's just what everything will be.
So one of the first versions of that was John Pork. Do you know about John Pork?
Yes. It's much the same.
Yeah, I think John Pork was like an earlier version of that from like a couple of years ago.
But it's like memes without any associated, without any mimetic identity.
Yeah. They are just shielded in the meta stuff. They have no substance. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah, very yeah. Anyway, scroll a little further. We're gonna go down to Wendy.
Wendy, okay, let me find. Whenever, okay.
So this is what Wendy does. Okay, we're gonna walk through the day in the life of a student. Okay. Wendy, a freshman finance major at one of the city's top universities. Oh, okay, evil. Told me that she is against using AI, or she. This is again. I hate that like everyone in the world you talk to says, "Oh, I don't do thing," or "I don't do this," or "I will do this," and they're lying. They. Sorry, I'm gonna step 1 meter away from the microphone, and then I'm gonna scream at max volume. 1 second. Okay, sorry.
That would be great if your mic didn't peak.
I know, I'm sorry, that was for me, not for you, not for the show. Okay. My poor wife. However, okay, she clarified, I'm against copying and pasting. I'm against cheating and plagiarism. It's all against the student handbook. Then she described, step by step, how on a recent Friday at 8 AM, she called up an AI platform to help her write a 4 to 5 page essay due 2 hours later.
Jesus.
Whenever Wendy uses so she thinks she's not cheating. She's retarded.
But like, how do the automation tools not just instantly fucking pick it up?
Because the AI plagiarism tools are actually not that good. They're okay, but they genuinely cannot pick it up well enough a lot of the time. I know this because my darling wife has to deal with this, and they just don't. The plagiarism checkers are only a bit effective. They have a lot of. Well, it's because like what can you do? Like the AIs have got to the point where. Yeah, I mean, so there are attempts, but anyway,
metadata AI would probably be the way, right?
That is one of the ways that people are kind of thinking about it. But honestly, there's just no way to prevent this, right? Like, whatever system you create
Yeah,
to
we'll
produce...
just get more. Because you can always just go like, make it more human, make it more dumb, misspell every 13th word.
Yeah. Universities,
misspell every 13th, 7th, and 3rd word interchangeably.
Yeah. Add a few typos, honestly, is enough.
Yeah, use the prime numbers to dictate when to put misspells.
Or hell, just run it through the $2 a month fucking humanized service that someone will make the second someone tries to make a plagiarism checker, and it'll dodge it. You'll lose the arms race. This is academia. They're not going to win. Whenever Wendy uses AI to write an essay, this is so fucking
it's
dark.
literally the fucking babble.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. But listen to this. Listen to what she does. She follows 3 steps. Step 1, I say, I'm a first-year college student. I'm taking this English class. Otherwise, it will give you a very advanced, very complicated writing style, and you don't want that. Holy fuck.
Fuck me,
Step 2,
dude.
Wendy provides some background on the class she's taking before copy and pasting her professor's instructions into the chatbot. Step 3, again, this is a woman who thinks she doesn't think she's doing anything wrong. She's not cheating.
I would use AI, and do you know what I'd use it for?
What?
Referencing.
Yeah, I like ChatGPT's deep research.
Automate my fucking no, not for discovering the references, for literally the manual process of inserting the references.
Oh, right. I listen, I think that you can use ChatGPT as like 15 stacked Google searches. I think that's fine. Saying I talked about this before. Like I did a actually maybe I talked about this on Smug Sundays. I did a what did I do? Oh yeah, I pulled the voting records for every single peer in the House of Lords on environmental policy for the last 20 years, and I just told them to give me a stack of sources.
It's fine to use ChatGPT to answer questions, I think. You know, take it with a grain of salt, ask where the data's from. This isn't asking it questions.
Yeah. No, you're right. Well, this is fucked. This is just produce the output, right?
Yeah.
And then I ask, according to the prompts, can you please provide me an outline or an organization to give me a structure so that I can follow and write my essay? It then gives me an outline, introduction, topic sentences, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. Sometimes Wendy asks for a bullet list of ideas to support or refute a given argument. I have difficulty with organization, and this makes it really easy for me to follow. Yeah, the difficulty with organization she's experiencing is literally the critical thinking required to do the job. That discomfort is so unpleasant that she makes the AI do everything for her, except the actual process of transferring it to.
But she won't be she won't be uncomfortable if she keeps doing it.
Well, yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. Like she's
preventing herself from learning.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, this is where it gets really dark. Check this out. When I asked how she did on the assignment, she said she got a good grade. Quote, I really like writing, she said, sounding strangely nostalgic for her high school English class, the last time she wrote an essay unassisted. Honestly, I think there is beauty in trying to plan your essay. You learn a lot. You have to think, oh, what could I write in this paragraph? Or what should my thesis be? But she'd rather get good grades. An essay with ChatGPT, it's like it just gives you straight up what you have to follow. You just don't really have to think that much.
What's the point of going to university?
You want to, wait, yeah, right? Yeah, well, the point, this is the thing, right? University, Mark Fisher wrote a lot about this, but basically university has become a consumption. It's a thing you pay for in order to get a degree so that you can go get a job. But it has like, no, it used to be a system, obviously, of like, you know, exploration and kind of fulfillment and helping you build out like a capacity for self-actualization. And now it's just it's a ticket to work you buy for 50 grand.
Yeah. Except it's not really being that anymore.
This gets nasty. I asked Wendy if I could read the paper she turned in, and when I opened the document, I was surprised to see the topic. Critical pedagogy. The philosophy of education pioneered by Paulo Freire. The philosophy examines the influence of social and political forces on learning and classroom dynamics. Her opening line, to what extent is schooling hindering students' cognitive ability to think critically? Later, I asked Wendy if she recognized the irony in using AI to write not just a paper on critical pedagogy, or pedagogy? I don't know. But one that argues learning is what makes us truly human. She wasn't sure what to make of the question. I use AI a lot, like every day, and I do believe it could take away that critical thinking part, but it's just, now that we rely on it, we can't really imagine living without it. Bro. So I'm trying to get across to you guys how bad this is. This is the end of civilization happening before our eyes. I'm not exaggerating. These people are going to be taking over the systems that literally run the entirety of civilization. These are the credentialed elites that are being created by the university college system.
Do you know what's tragic?
Like, fuck, man.
Do you know what's horrible? The worst part about this? That fucking shite movie, Idiocracy, is being proven correct.
Oh,
that's such a shit fucking movie.
Idiocracy was based on eugenics and genetics, so I think we can comfortably say it was still retarded.
Was it?
Like,
because fat people had more kids.
Yeah, it was the dumb people. The smart people were waiting, and the dumb people were having too many kids. That was it. So it was purely eugenics. So like at least it's wrong there. But yes, like the actual society, like the things that make everyone dumber are systemic, for sure. Oh god.
This sucks.
This is funny.
So
then the university professors start fighting back, right? So they start dropping hidden poisoned pills in their assignments. So one professor sneaked phrases like mention Finland and mention Dua Lipa into his things, and so when the assignments ended up mentioning Dua Lipa, he could clap them for using AI. Yeah, you could fail them. But yeah, it's not good enough. God, the professors in one study used fake student profiles. Okay, fake student profiles were used to slip 100% AI generated work into professors' grading piles at a UK university. The professors failed to flag 97% of them.
Jesus.
Literally, all of it was AI produced, and they failed. They failed to capture more than 3%. Holy fuck, dude.
This is so rough. Is this better or worse for us?
No, this is worse for me and you.
Yeah.
Sorry, better or worse for me and you? Oh, it's really good because I've been talking to people about this. It's really good. Well, actually, you I worry about sometimes because you are in the algorithm. But at least for me personally, no, you got critical thinking. You're fine. You're better off than most. I notice. I work in a corporation. I notice everyone around me getting dumber and dumber every week. They continue to use AI.
Dude, I think ADHD is the fucking cure to being algorithm locked, because I can't watch fucking reels for longer than 2 minutes.
Bro, ADHD has a high propensity for addiction. Like, I think you just developed your brain enough before the addictive. Same with me. Both of us had our brains kind of developed sufficiently enough before the addictive properties of social media became a problem. We were like, you and me were both 17 and 18-ish by the time real proper algorithmic social media hit, and TikTok didn't hit until like 4 or 5 years ago, which is when.
The only thing I can think of would be comparable is like a YouTube recommended feed, you know?
Which is like, was never that
AI
powerful, was it?
Recommended,
it was okay.
I remember.
But you remember, like, we were talking, 5 years ago on YouTube, people were talking about, like, whoa, look at the pipeline, look at the alt-right pipeline you could fall down with, like, YouTube recommended. It's such a basic algorithm when you compare it to what, like, TikTok and Instagram Reels are doing now. Like, it was so weak in comparison. Like, we were worried about that on BreadTube 5 years ago. Now we're nuking every 12-year-old with TikTok. Like, it's crazy. 10 to 12 hours a day. Please fix that number in your mind. Do you know how long 10 to 12 hours a day is? That is nearly every waking hour you do not spend on school or work. Because, brother, I don't know if you've been around a school recently. I hang around playgrounds all the time. They're all sitting it down on their fucking phones, scrolling TikTok and not talking to I
don't know. Okay. I think it's a little bit different in school. Have you seen that they're rolling out a policy where they ban phones in schools? I think schools in Scotland are modeling it.
Here's the real solution to this, by the way, just to be a little bit anti-doomer. You cannot not give your kid a phone when all the other kids have phones. They will become a social pariah and it will ruin them. So what you do is you make an alliance with all the other parents and the school and the local community, and you all agree none of us are going to get our kids phones, where they're going to get shitty flip phones or brick phones until they're 15 or 16, and they're not allowed social media or a smartphone until then. And this has happened. There's a bunch of coalitions in the UK that have been happening where people are agreeing that none of their kids will get phones, and it seems to be working really, really well. The results actually seem to even reverse like really negative traits of kids who are kind of like already addicted. So that's good. There are solutions. Also, I want to be anti-doomer here. These problems don't seem to be permanent. We're not sure exactly. They could be permanent, but it's possible that they're not. It seems like you can pull people back out as long as you wipe them away from the fucking algorithms and the addictions. Their critical thinking can seem to come back after a couple of years of being kind of reintroduced to, you know, the capacity to critical thinking and away from algorithms. But yeah, this is why social media.
It's not going to disappear. It's only going to get worse.
Yeah, this will get worse, yeah. So I'm hoping that there's enough backlash and there's enough, yeah, I mean, when we see how retarded all the kids are coming out of uni...
Why would they be?
I think there will be a backlash. I think the world works in reactions. Well, because people will see the disaster...
Oh, wait, are you saying like the whole like, oh, my parents are hippies, so I'm Catholic now? Are you saying that kind of way?
No, I think that... So, okay, I'll give you an example. I have stopped... I allocate, you know... in practice, like millions in capital for corporations. I have stopped investing in the UK because our education system, austerity, and how we handle the pandemic basically mind raped everyone of an age that I would normally hire. So if I need to do anything in the UK, I hire immigrants only. I only hire people in Europe, or I hire people who've recently migrated to the UK from Europe.
Because they're cheaper.
Because people in the UK... No, not because they're cheaper, because they can do the job. They can... No, they actually... No, dude, sorry. Wiz.
Yes.
Wiz.
Yes.
You understand that the UK is one of the worst paid places and that you have to pay more to immigrants
I absolutely know that.
Okay, alright.
Trust me.
Okay, good. Okay, because Christ alive.
That's something I know.
I can pay...
I know frighteningly well.
I can pay UK workers dog shit wages. A French person would never accept the job if I paid them badly, even if they moved to the UK. They have standards, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh god, this is crazy. Okay. There are. This is what you were talking about. There are of course plenty of simple ways to fool both professors and detectives. One student on TikTok said her preferred prompt is write it as a college freshman who is a little dumb.
Yeah.
They're really good at manipulating systems. You put a prompt in ChatGPT, then put the output in another AI system, then put it into another AI system. At that point, if you put it into an AI detection system, it decreases the percent. Okay, so you just run it through multiple different models.
Multiple filters.
Jesus.
Write this in a French accent.
Oh god, cheating correlates with mental health, well-being, sleep exhaustion, anxiety, depression, belonging. Fucking hell. So yeah, which, by the way, all of these things are correlated with increased social media use. So these retarded addicts are staying up all night, exhausting themselves, fucking around on social media because they're addicted and they're scared to do anything and they don't have any friends because they're all sitting in their fucking dorm rooms alone, not talking to each other or fucking or drinking anymore. Because none of them fuck or drink, Wiz. They don't shag or get plastered anymore. They're on fucking TikTok. It's just, we addicted an entire generation of people. It's crazy. We did, dude. Bro, I don't know what numbers I need to show you. 10 to 12 hours a day. Average.
I don't know. I just don't think I'll ever respect a study. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. Well, luckily this isn't a study. These are stories,
you know what I'm saying?
And I know you respect narratives.
Yeah. I was with my friend today and I was saying that you're going to disagree with me hard on this. I think if you're an author, you should only ever write fiction.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. I like non-fiction, but I'm beginning to believe in a kind of psychic war way.
It should be allegory. Everything should be allegory.
Yeah, fiction is more powerful than non-fiction 1,000%. I do agree. I mainly read non-fiction.
You should read fiction, and it should be good enough to interpret real life lessons into yourself.
I totally agree. I think that's super valuable. I will say, I think that
that's why the Bible's more valuable than any fucking self-help book. You know?
True. Okay. Here's my problem with fiction, is that when I buy a non-fiction book, I like it because it's like, this, I know this is angled. No, shut up. I know this is angled in a domain that I want to expand my knowledge in, right? Because it's so clear what the value of that non-fiction book is going to be. It will help you understand a particular thing, a particular domain, right? It's useful in that sense. I know what I'm getting into. Whereas with fiction, I'm surprised by what it gives me, and that's super valuable. But that means I can't develop in a specific direction.
But the thing is, right? Think about human history. It's only recently we stepped into the realm of non-fiction, right?
I agree, dude. I agree. We're on the same page.
I think that the human brain is dependent on fiction.
On stories, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. stories can be fictional, non-fiction, or kind of both, right? Like,
well, I think all stories are fiction if we're being real.
Okay.
Show me one autobiography that isn't technically fiction. You know,
bro, you're just doing postmodernism. You're just doing lefty cringe right now. I don't think there's any objective reality. Yeah, no shit, dude.
Well, no, but especially when it comes to like specifically
welcome to
storytelling.
continental philosophy from 50 years ago. You made it. I'm glad you could join us finally. We've been yapping about this for the last 6 months. Yeah, took you long enough.
But I don't think any books should be fiction. I don't want to read. I pick up a book. It's like, oh, the history of fucking buttholes. You know, I'm like, just fucking write a story about it.
So I'm gonna simp for a second. The What Now podcast with Trevor Noah is the best podcast I've ever seen. It is incredibly good. It is crazy how nuanced and up to date and valuable the stuff they talk about is. The guests they have on are people I've mostly never heard of, and they're all brilliant. They interviewed one author of a book I haven't read called Chimamanda, who's apparently a very famous author, has like a couple of best-selling books. And
fiction or non-fiction?
I loved this interview. Fiction. She's just a fiction writer, and she made such a beautiful point about fiction, which was basically that, particularly in a world where non-fiction is situated in a sort of claimed objective perspective,
but it's not.
It's too easy to read. Shut up and fucking let me talk. It claims. I said it is because it claims an objective perspective. You fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's what
she
I'm saying.
said because it claims. She said that because it claims an objective perspective, it's easy to be distrusting. But when you build a fictional frame for the ideas you're conveying, you actually can't disagree with the frame. You can only interact with the ideas without dismissing them. And she says that that's why fiction is way more powerful. She writes non-fiction too, but she says fiction is way more powerful.
Literally,
because
yes.
They can't argue. They can't argue with the frame of reference.
Because it's way easier to debunk a self-help book than it is the fucking Bible. You know?
Yeah.
And people will give,
right.
even if you're not religious, you'll give so much more credit to the moral teachings of the Bible than average Joe's The Secret to Making Friends, you know?
Yeah. Oh, fiction sets the context. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, I can have an argument with Wiz about Star Wars, but, like, he could just say, yeah, but that's just how it works in Star Wars, and to get to the important theme or idea rather than the... you know, nitpicking shit. And then what happens is quants and incels will look at Star Wars and they'll treat Star Wars like a quant realm where the nitpicking details of like how old Jar Jar Magoo
Well, that's
is
the thing.
on
That's literally what we're
Wikipedia
doing with
is
Doctor
really
Who.
important.
As much as you lament it, you know.
What do you mean?
But we use, or at least I like to use Doctor Who as a vector to talk about other things. You know, so I like it when it clumsily fucking steps on a topic. You know.
Yeah, I think I've got a bit more of a utility mind than you.
Looking at the fucking topic itself sometimes, you know, because that's how the culture's going to experience it, you know.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. I feel like I've got a bit more of a utility mindset. Like you're like looking at stuff and like just kind of like exploring, and I feel like I've got like a specific. Yeah, I'm trying to get a sense for specific things because I'm trying to do something. You don't have a goal. You're just existing, which is fine.
Well, yeah,
you know, I'm trying to. I feel like
the thing you're trying to do is how can I do this and seem clever?
Sure, why not? Yeah, you got me, bro. Wow, yeah, I want to seem clever.
Why are you
that's my
mad?
main objective.
Why are you
I am mad, yeah, because I'm like, because you're basically claiming that I only do this for status, which is like the opposite of true.
You're a streamer.
No, I would do so many things different if I just wanted to accumulate clout and capital.
You'd have a little blog nobody read.
I had a little. Wait, hold on. You can't say that because for the first 3 months blogging,
He's gonna get it.
I blogged to no one.
Get it. The penny's gonna drop. The penny's gonna drop, chat. You watching? The penny's gonna drop.
Okay, I'm not angry anymore. I sneezed out with my rage.
Nice.
You have no impact on me. You're not real.
Nice.
You're just a frog. Last one. There we go.
Yay!
Holy. Okay, so all the educators. Okay, so we'll skip the part where the professors will say they want to kill themselves.
You got hay fever?
Yeah, I forgot to take my antihistamine today. Yeah, I got hay fever.
Dude, I got antihistamine nasal spray.
God.
It's 1,000,000 times better. Instantly fucking kicks in. It's super powerful.
Yeah, I take the pill. I'm gonna take a pill.
Try the nasal spray once. Blow your fucking mind.
I'll be right back. I need to take a pill.
Hi. Yeah, get the nasal spray. Hey, what the f is that? It's called Pyrenees 0.05% nasal spray, non-drowsy. And as someone who takes antihistamine, right? You stick that shit up your nose, you spray instantly. Whoa, Jimama, you're free. And it lasts like ages as well. I took one this morning, 9 AM, sprayed my nostrils. I'm still doing it, baby. Is that the smell? The spray that smells like jasmine? It has no smell, Oscar. It's medicine. We live in the UK.
It has no smell. It's medicine. That's so funny. What about Calpol, dude? Calpol smells great.
Yeah,
like
that's
Dr.
basically
Pepper.
not medicine, is it?
That's true. I guess it's just candy. It's candy juice.
Just get eat that.
Delicious.
It just makes the babies sleep until they're better.
Yeah. Oh wow! Wait, who said Wall-E earlier? They literally mentioned Wall-E in the article. That's funny.
Huh?
The net effect seems, if not quite Wall-E, at least a dramatic reorganization of a person's efforts and abilities away from high-effort inquiry and fact-gathering and toward integration and verification. This is all especially unnerving if you add in the reality that AI is imperfect. It might rely on something that's factually inaccurate or just make something up entirely. Yeah, so basically everyone's brains are getting cooked by hallucinating AI. Excuse me.
What's happening? Did you open a window? What's going on?
I don't know. It just kicked in really suddenly. I think I hit a. I think there's a really specific point of like sleep deprivation where I hit a threshold and suddenly my body gets tired enough that like my allergies kick in.
Yeah, go catch it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna cut you into little pieces and I'm gonna show each of them on stream and start and I'll let chat reassemble you in whatever image they want.
That's already what I do with you every couple streams.
That's true. Yeah, true.
Yeah, how's your eyes doing?
Pretty bad. All right, hold on. Right. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Oh god, my brain. Okay, yeah. In late March, Columbia suspended Lee. So, okay, by the way, this article starts with Roy Lee, which is the guy. Roy Lee is the guy who made that app we looked at the other day, the one that helps you cheat on coding exams or like helps you dating.
Yeah.
You know, the one that pops up. He's kind of famous on Twitter because I think he got banned from LeetCode. So basically, what Lee did is he took all of the, which is kind of based, but sort of. He took all of the really annoying exams that Amazon and Google and these massive companies run interviewees through, and he made a program you can buy that just insta-wins you every interview with Amazon or Google and gets you hired. Because it knows all their shit, and it runs AI, and he programmed it so that you can run it on your computer, and the interviewer, even if you share screen, it's invisible to them, but you can still see it. So you can basically share your screen, and then have like the secret AI helping you do everything. So, in late March, Columbia suspended Lee after he posted details about his disciplinary hearing on X. Amazon basically called Columbia University and they were like, this motherfucker has literally broken our entire interview structure, please get rid of him, he's bad.
Yeah.
Lee explained that by showing the world AI could be used to cheat during a remote job interview, he pushed the tech industry to evolve the same way AI was forcing higher education to evolve. Oh, here we go, this guy is the bug man, he's evil. Every technological innovation has caused humanity to sit back and think about what work is actually useful. There might have been people complaining about machinery replacing blacksmiths in like the 1600s, 1800s. This is Mog, by the way. This is Violent Smoker, you fucking idiot. But now it's just accepted that it's useless to learn how to blacksmith. Lee has already moved on from hacking interviews. In April, he and Shang Monbla, a China name, launched Cluely, which scans a user's computer screen and listens to its audio in order to provide AI feedback and answers to questions in real time without prompting. We built Cluely so you never have to think alone again. This time, Lee attempted a viral launch.
What they don't tell you is just think again.
Yeah, true. We saw Cluely already, so we saw this on a show a few weeks ago. Before launching Cluely, Lee and Shanmugam raised $5 million from investors, which allowed them to hire 2 coders. Shamu, there we go. Swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
Allowed him to hire 2 coders, friends Lee met in community college. When we spoke a few days after Cluely's launch, Lee was at his realtor's office and about to get the keys to his new workspace. He was running Cluely on his computer as we spoke! Oh my god, he used Cluely in the interview! While Cluely can't yet deliver real-time answers through people's glasses, the idea is that someday soon it'll run on a wearable device, seeing, hearing, and reacting to everything in your environment. Then, eventually, it's just in your brain. We're going to target the digital LSATs, digital degrees, all campus assignments, quizzes, and tests, he said. It will enable you to cheat on pretty much everything.
Fucking hell. Well, life is hell and everything's over. That's the takeaway.
Yeah, unfortunately, like every show, we end on the doom note. I want to end on this one. Let me look this up. Hold on. I do want to end on. I'm trying to find the story. I know I came across it.
What's the story?
I want to read this like short story.
I have no mouth, but I must scream. Is that the short story?
No. Hold on. It's,
How AIM takes all, or AM takes over all of us. I have no mouth yet. I must scream.
Hold on. Oh god, all you zombies? Is that it? I'm trying to find. It's like it's a story about an earring that like takes away your agency, basically. Like whispers
I think we went over that before on stream.
I talked about it, but I want to fucking read it. It's called the Whispering Earring. I think is that it?
Yeah, and the more it tells you, the less you think he's. We definitely read that on stream already.
We didn't read it on stream. We just talked about it. Yeah, it's called the Whispering Earring. It's so short. Let's just read it, please. As the ending,
send me.
Since we're doing such a literature episode, I think it works well to end on a short story here. Okay, all right. I'd like to just, if you'll bear with me, we will read a passage called "The Whispering Earring."
Oh,
I know. All right, start from the top. In the treasure vaults of Til Isofrang rests the Whispering Earring, buried deep beneath a heap of gold where it can do no further harm. The earring is a little topaz tetrahedron dangling from a thin gold wire. When worn, it whispers in the wearer's ear, "Better for you if you take me off." If the wearer ignores the advice, it never again repeats this particular suggestion. After that, when the wearer is making a decision, the earring whispers its advice, always of the form, "Better for you if you." The earring is always right. It does not always give the best advice possible in a situation. It will not necessarily make its wearer king or help her solve the miseries of the world, but its advice is always better than what the wearer would have come up with on her own. This story was written in 2012, by the way. It is not a taskmaster telling you what to do in order to achieve some foreign goal. It always tells you what will make you happiest. If it would make you happiest to succeed at your work, it will tell you how best to complete it. If it would make you happiest to do a half-assed job at your work, and then go home and spend the rest of the day in bed having vague sexual fantasies, the earring will tell you to do that. The earring is never wrong. The Book of Dark Waves gives the histories of 274 people who previously wore the Whispering Earring. There are no recorded cases of a wearer regretting following the earring's advice, and there are no recorded cases of a wearer not regretting disobeying the earring. The earring is always right. The earring begins by only offering advice on major life decisions. However, as it gets to know a wearer, it becomes more gregarious, and will offer advice on everything from what time to go to sleep to what to eat for breakfast. If you take its advice, you will find that breakfast food really hit the spot, that it was exactly what you wanted for breakfast that day, even though you didn't know it yourself. The earring is never wrong. As it gets completely comfortable with its wearer, it begins speaking in its native language, a series of high-bandwidth hisses and clicks that correspond to individual muscle movements. At first, this speech is alien and disconcerting, but by the magic of the earring, it begins to make more and more sense. No longer are the earring's commands momentous on the level of become a soldier. No more are they even simple on the level of have bread for breakfast. Now they are more like contract your biceps muscle about 35% of the way, or articulate the letter P. The earring is always right. This muscle movement will no doubt be part of a supernaturally effective plan toward achieving whatever your goals at that moment may be. Soon, reinforcement and habit formation have done their trick. The connection between the hisses and clicks of the earring and the movements of the muscles have become instinctual, no more conscious than the reflex of jumping when someone hidden gives a loud shout behind you. At this point, no further change occurs in the behavior of the earring. The wearer lives an abnormally successful life, usually ending out as a rich and much beloved pillar of the community with a large and happy family. When Cadmi Rachumian came to Till Isofrang, he took an unusual interest in the case of the earring. First, he confirmed from the records and the testimony of all living wearers that the earring's first suggestion was always that the earring itself be removed. Second, he spent some time questioning the priests of beauty, who eventually admitted that when the corpses of the wearers were being prepared for burial, it was noted that their brains were curiously deformed. The neocortexes had wasted away, and the bulk of their mass was an abnormally hypertrophied mid and lower brain, especially the parts associated with reflexive action. Finally, Cadmi Nomai asked the High Priest of Joy in Till Isofrang for the earring, which he was given. After cutting a hole in his own earlobe with the tip of the piercing star, he donned the earring and conversed with it for 2 hours, asking various questions in Kalas, in Kadamic, and in its own language. Finally, he removed the artifact and recommended that it be locked in the deepest and most inaccessible parts of the treasure vaults, a suggestion with which the Isofrelin decided to comply.
Wow.
Nidurian Nomai's commentary. It is well that we are so foolish, or what little freedom we have would be wasted on us. It is for this that Book of Cold Rain says one must never take the shortest path between two joints. Whoa!
Whoa, that's a freaking sick. Great. Fuck knows what it means though.
Yeah, scroll down to the comments. Second comment. I'm not sure I would care. You're living an abnormally successful life, a rich and much-loved member of the community and a happy family. Who the heck cares who is living the life? It's being lived, right? It's a woman, by the way. Alright, cool. So yeah, I feel like this is about as fine a point as I can put on the idea of using AI to solve your problems for you, even if it does just make everything in your life better. Eventually, you are just a piloted zombie. You are literally just not anything. You cease to be human. These creatures in this story are not human, and eventually, if they're not able to disengage from relying on AI to do everything for them, and as AI gets better and better, the people doing this will basically lose their humanity and agency.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that story was interesting, but are you ready for the real plot twist? Are you ready for the real plot twist?
Yeah. Where is it, under the water?
Boom! Nessie was here all along! She was so happy! She was so happy to hear you. She loved the earring song. She wants to know if you're gonna get her earring.
Rally the troops! Get a gun!
You're scaring her. You're scaring her.
Get the harpoon, kill her!
Do you don't want to scare her. She will turn angry on us and curse us for 1,000 years.
Kill it, men!
You don't want to.
Men, she's this way! Get on the
You don't. Oh
spears!
fuck! No, she's gonna use her laser eyes, dude. She's gonna use her laser eyes. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good. Oh shit! Shit!
I'll
Shit!
fuck you up!
Oh fuck!
I'll take you down!
Fuck! Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh shit! She's attacking the cameras. That's how no one's ever taken a photo of her.